Hello, hello, divine souls. Will you guys confirm if the live is on or not? I suppose we are live now. Hello, hello, divine souls. Joining from mobile is much easier than doing it from this one. Is the voice audible? Can someone let me know? Shubhona Abdul has joined. Yashoda, Remy Patel, Seema, Maitra Patel. Yes, sir. Shona Krishna. Yes. So yes means what? Just you're telling yes. Yeah. Someone has said yes, it's audible. Okay, great. Such a tough task. I'm trying to, connect from both places. One from laptop and one from this one also. Just a second. जब तक इसमें थोड़ा सा आदत नहीं हो जाता यूट्यूब में लाइव आने का, इंस्टाग्राम का तो काफी ज्यादा फैमिलियराइजेशन हो चुका है, इसमें नहीं पता. So any one of you, you know, I don't know. I had opted for go live together, so I don't know how should I add someone to join in this live session. I don't know. Okay. Add guest is there. Okay, add guest. Now again, add guest is itself a challenge. Send invite link to a guest, then add. Okay. Okay, so you guys see, I wanted to do it like something sort of a live screen sharing with you guys, like so that whatever I have to write, I don't have to use any pen and pencil or something like that. I can use the my screen itself, right? So first of all, thank you each and everyone who have joined for the live session. I don't know, some people were getting impatient that sir कब start हो रहा है, अब ये कोई मूवी है नहीं और मैं कोई ऐसा प्रोफेशनल यूट्यूबर है हूँ नहीं कि एकदम राइट टाइम पे एकदम डीजे वीजे लेके स्टार्ट कर दूं, राइट. बट या विजय सर आएंगे तो कुछ तो धमाल होगा ही. एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ओके, लास्ट टाइम वी डिड ऑन दिस नोट कि 2023 में क्या क्या होने वाला है, सॉर्ट ऑफ, राइट. सो टेकिंग ऑन फर्दर टू दोज थिंग्स ओनली. स्क्रीन शेयरिंग का तो इसमें नहीं होगा, कैमरा ऑन करके अगर मैं करूंगा तब भी मुश्किल ही होगा. खैर एनीवेज, मैं डायरेक्टली लैपटॉप से क्यों ना कर दूं, ये दो दो जगह से करने से तो अच्छा है. वॉइस इज ऑडिबल टू यू गाइस, राइट? पता नहीं इसमें तो. इज इट ऑडिबल? यहाँ से मैं जब तक काटूंगा नहीं तो कैसे पता चल। अब आवाज आ रहा है आप लोगों को? पूरा सेशन ही इसी में निकल जाएगा लगता है, यही पूछ के आवाज आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है, आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा, आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा। क्या, आई सपोज अभी आवाज आ रहा होगा, तो एनीवन जस्ट लेट मी नो आवाज आ रहा है कि नहीं। ये इंस्टाग्राम लाइव में आना ज्यादा आसान था यार। क्या ये बवाल है, बट यूट्यूब इज द थिंग, ये थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल है। अब आ रहा है, ओके ग्रेट। चलो, फाइनली आई एम डूइंग थ्रू फोन ओनली। यूट्यूब एंड दैट टू डू फ्रॉम लैपटॉप इज वेरी टफ। फोन से करना फिर भी ज्यादा आसान है। सो व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग यू गाइस इज दैट एंड हाँ, ये मेरा आप लोगों से एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि अगर आवाज का क्वालिटी जरा सा भी इधर उधर हो ना तो उसी समय बोल दो, राइट? बाद में जिन लोगों के लिए छोड़ दिए जाते हैं कि रिकॉर्डिंग वर्जन सुनेंगे, तो उनको जब वो डिसरप्शन महसूस होता है ना, तो फिर वहां से फिर और ज्यादा दिक्कत होती है, राइट? एंड लास्ट टाइम मैंने इंस्टाग्राम में लाइव सेशन किया था, उसमें सिर्फ एक बंदी थी जो बोल रही थी कि सर आवाज में ग्लिच है, उसके अलावा कोई नहीं बोल रहा था। तो हम लोग जो कहते हैं ना कि हम लोग अवेयर हैं, जागरूक हैं, है ना? बाकी लोगों से थोड़े अलग हैं, आध्यात्मिक हैं, वी आर स्पिरिचुअल बीइंग्स। सो स्पिरिचुअलिटी का जो फर्स्ट बेस होता है ना, इट्स बिकमिंग अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड यू। सो यू हैव जॉइन्ड इन अ लाइव सेशन, देयर इज ग्लिचेस इन द वॉइस एंड स्टिल none of the guys is highlighting, only one lady, her name was Pampa, something I don't know. And only I thanked her also personally later on that you were the only present among all the lot who was highlighting that this there were sound glitches. उसके अलावा और किसी को कुछ मतलब भी नहीं, वो सुन रहे हैं, वो बर्दाश्त कर रहे हैं, उसी ग्लिचेस के साथ ही बात कर रहे हैं। तो अभी भी ये एलेक्सा थोड़ी नजदीक है, एलेक्सा जब भी नजदीक होती है तो गड़बड़ कर ही देती है, वैसे भी उसका साला भरोसा नहीं होता है। आ रहा होगा, राइट? जस्ट अ सेकंड ना, थोड़ा एक बैकग्राउंड कुछ साउंड डाल देते हैं। मेरे को भी रहना है तो इसमें बोरियत होगी, ऐसे ऐसे बोलते रहना अकेले अकेले में। एलेक्सा को धीरे कर, एलेक्सा के पीछे से। तो क्या है कि हाँ, लास्ट टाइम वी वर सेइंग last time I was saying that regarding this year 2023, right? So 2023 year, if you see, like I had told you guys that it is the extension of what the seeding has happened in the year of 2020, right? For someone, you can tell that 2020 event was creation of a lab-based what you call experiment. Virus was created on a lab in China, and as a result of which entire world had to suffer. But if you see the intrinsic value of it, अगर लैब में भी वो क्रिएट हुआ था ना, तो who gave those ideas, on inside the mind of those scientists to create such a deadly virus, right? So finally, whatever is happening in the universe is as a result of the uh, what you call divine uh, work only, right? It cannot happen that even people say that the missile bombs and technology was created by the scientists. But if you go and ask the scientists, they'll say any of the creation missile bomb, I'm just taking for an example, you can take it as like any a bulb was created or the telephone was created or any new technology was created, or anyone, if suppose sits there to write a book, right, or anyone sits there to write a creation or create a music, you see that everyone will tell the same thing, same storyline. How did you write such a heavy book? Go and ask a writer who has achieved a Nobel Prize. He'll say, I just got a thought, something strike on my mind, and I just started writing in a flow, and the end result was that this creation happened, this novel was created, the storyline was created. So the thing is that whatever happens in this universe, right, is pushed by the ultimate divine source only. So it cannot be that COVID 2020 virus was, a brain work of only mankind, and there was nothing. involvement of the divine. It was definitely work of the divine itself, and as a result of which it was created on the lab. There might be commercial, you know, motives of people to create the virus and then circulate its antidote also at a higher price. So at such a panic level, if an antidote has to be sold by a few organizations, then definitely you can sell it at a higher price, right? So that might have been the thing, but eventually, with a bird's eye perspective, if you see, then the creation of the virus had a larger intention of Mother Nature to ascend itself at a higher vibration, which, since many years, Mother Nature is in a process of increasing its vibration at the next level. So, COVID 2020 served that purpose of, putting an seeding onto it. Uh, just I'm bit slightly deviating from this, but like I told, all the creative ideas, all the things, all the creations, all the inventions, basically whatever has happened, people uh, get that flick of that knowledge from the divine source itself, and not from anything that one has studied, from books or from theories and all. Even with me also it happens in a day, in 24 hours, so many times, I might be working, I might be driving, I might be eating, or I might be talking to someone. I might be just sitting idle at a place, and so many hidden concepts and so many hidden, what you call secrets of the universe comes to my mind, strikes to my mind, and I just smile at those things. Oh my God, is this how things are happening? Is this it like that? And by the time I think of writing down, obviously if I'm driving I can't be writing, right? If I'm down, if I'm out there somewhere with 10 other guys while working, I can't be jotting down. So next time I try to recollect, I just forget what had struck in my mind, right? So uh, whenever downloads universe gives you the downloads, we have to be as a impulsive to just write it down then and there at the moment, else you are not going to catch it. And same thing, same pattern I have noticed from every writer, every inventor, everyone. Hello sir and all. Anika Ali, okay. I suppose the voice is clear, the sound is clear. Anyone who has joined, please don't say stay there, just silent from your end. Do add something of your. And if anybody wants to join me, I suppose one or two people can be joined. You can give me a, what you call, a message over here. I'll send you the link, and accordingly you can join. Okay. हाँ, रूपाली says all okay. लास्ट टाइम भी आपने ऑल ओके बोला था रूपाली, एंड वॉइस में बाद में ग्लिचेस मेरे को मिला था, राइट? सो yeah, so what I was telling is that when I don't share the downloads which has come to my mind, then later on what happens is that I just forget मेरे mind में क्या आया था, what was the secret that universe has revealed on my mind. It just vanishes off my mind, and I keep on thinking, yaar वो क्या बात था, what was it that universe had given me on my mind, and I can't get it because it's not there in my mind. I had connected to some universal divine source of knowledge, and from there I had get got a drop of thing that so that's how things work. That's why anybody, any person who is taking voice classes with me or any kind of a sessions, most of the time more than 99% of the time I get connected to the divine source and the divine knowledge base, and from there channeling happens, and from there remedies comes, and from there things are guided onto. And if the other person thinks that no, I had taken a consultation with sir, and आज तो इन्होंने बता दिया, अगली बार भी बता देंगे, क्या जाता है यार, छोड़ो भाड़ में जाए, एंड अगली बार पूछते हैं, सर मेरे को वो रेमेडी वो मैं नहीं किया, मेरे को थोड़ा बता दे। आई सेड आई डोंट रिमेम्बर व्हाट रेमेडी आई हैव गिवन यू. One or two I might be knowing, as a generic sort of, but other remedies which were core as a sort of download, I might not be knowing. And on top of that, you are not the one who is alone, asking for such remedies or consultation. There are so many guys who are, at a time, asking many things. So, and everyone knows those who are joined with me at Instagram. I reply to each and every message, unless and until the person is very much redundant and you know behavior is as such. So I reply to each and every message. Whoever sends me, reply might be late, reply might be fast. If I'm there on my phone, I reply within 1 second also, right? Else 1 hour, 2 hour, morning to evening, but within 24 hours everyone does get the reply. I suppose everyone has experienced that, right? Anything you ask to me, I'll be there to help you and guide you. But the point is, when you are connected with the divine source and a channeling happens, you are bound and you are obliged to share it or write it down or keep a note of it then and there. If you don't do it, it just vanishes off. Why it happens, even I don't know. Because as you guys are in the spiritual journey, even I am in the spiritual journey, along with you. For some of you guys, I might be a little ahead. For some of you guys, I might be a little behind, but I am also in the same journey. I have not become a Himalayan yogi and out there sitting, in an isolated jungle. That my daily routine is also nothing more different than your guys. But it's only that the source chose me to, dissipate the information which uh, the universe wants to transfer onto you. So I am becoming the transformer, nothing more than that. I am just being the, channeler. Information is somewhere else stored out there, knowledge is somewhere there out there. None of the live session, I plan it, accordingly ki nahi, today I want to do a live session. It just happens impromptu. None of the videos, none of the posts that I create, I put a track of it. I do try to maintain a, professional approach to it, that I'll keep a track of, okay, I'll post these videos, I'll post these posts, but those posts, आर लेड बैक. वो स्टैक होते 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 पीछे 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 कहाँ चला जाता है. एंड जो मेरे को पुश आता है, नहीं ये मेरे को करना है, ये करो, इसको पोस्ट करो. एंड दैट वे थिंग्स मूव. So yeah, talking about 2023, first of all, we'll cover other topics also. But 2023, basically, because it was 2023 I just started, first week gone by. So the seeding which happened in 2020, in a sort of mass awakening, everybody meditating, everybody choosing to stay at home and with their families, introspection, everything and all. So this year, you know, because meanwhile the energy of 2022, that year, made you forget whatever, things you had learned, whatever things that you had experienced in 2020, and you guys started thinking that now life is normal. But if you go back to the playlist and, listen to the channeling which I'd made for COVID 2020, so I had clearly told that then and there at that point of time in 2021 itself that COVID is here to stay, right? Time and again you will not find COVID is here to stay. Anytime you okay. So this year again, COVID is striking back, knocking at your doorsteps. And someone had asked me last time that, sir, uh, due to COVID, the lockdown can happen or not. So I told her that, see, the event of lockdown is not under the capacity of any government to organize and uh, what you call a lockdown, but it is what even the universe does. Such a pressure that you have to shut down the economy, you have to shut down the normal social life, and you have to conduct a lockdown. So it is the work of a universe and not under the capacity of any government. But pondering on her question later on, I got the downloads that this year does have this capacity and the energy to execute a mass lockdown, right? This year and the year after in 2024 also, that energy is present, that it can bring in similar kind of havoc in your lives, where mm, lockdown kind of a situation can be confronted by you guys, right? So be prepared for those things. Don't think that एक बार 2020 में लॉकडाउन हो गया, we have got the vaccinations and we are better immune, we are better alerts, will be you know a lockdown can't happen. Chances of it happening because of the preparedness is less compared to as what happened in 2020 or 21. But if you take the news of China itself, where this virus originated, so Chinese people are still fighting for with the lockdowns, and even there the lockdowns and social restrictions have been implemented again. So that was one thing. Other thing for 2023 would be, if you want to know from the twin flames perspective, so the runner twin flames, right? The twin flame, no wonder he or she was in a masculine energy or a divine feminine energy, right? एनर्जी कोई सा भी हो, सर एलेक्सा शुरू होगी तो प्लीज ऑफ करो, उसकी वजह से ग्लिचेज आएंगे। नहीं, मैंने बंद कर दिया उसको, अभी एलेक्सा से कुछ नहीं चल रहा है। अभी मेरे दूसरे फोन से आपको म्यूजिक मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ। अगर बैकग्राउंड म्यूजिक से आपको मेरा आवाज नहीं आ रहा तो बता दीजिए, बट वो आप ही लोगों के लिए है कि थोड़ा सुनने में भी अच्छा लगे आप लोगों को, है ना? तो एनीवेज खैर, तो क्या बोल रहा था यार मैं, आपको इस साल जो है अवेयर रहना है। ट्विन फ्लेम रनर जो कि भागा दौड़ी कर रहा था, जो कि स्टे नहीं किया, द पर्सन हु रैन अवे फ्रॉम दिस रिलेशनशिप, फ्रॉम दिस बॉन्ड एंड चोज समथिंग एल्स, career, third party, karmics, family, anything, that person will get a major jolt this year. उनको हिलाने का काम, उनको awakening कराने का काम। See, awakening, many people put have a difference of awakening also. Many people think that awakening is just like a, uh, what you call a breakfast. सुबह खा लिया तो सर for the next 24 hours you'll say I had breakfast in the morning. ऐसा नहीं होता। Awakening is not a one time event. Awakening keeps on happening stage by stage. Awakening keeps on happening layer by layer, right? So even if a divine masculine was awakened, do you think that there aren't other layers of awakening that he or she has to undergo, right? One time of awakening was enough. Yes, if your activities are as such, if your karma are as such that you don't need, Yashoda is saying, can you please speak in English, sir? क्या उर्दू में बोल रहा हूँ यशोदा? Huh? Get it? This was the joke of the day. Can you speak in English, sir? So which language speaking, right, Yashoda or Mrs. Yashoda? I don't know. Oh my God. So yeah, Sadia is saying perfect example of the breakfast thing. So it's nothing that in a 24-hour span of time, if anybody asks you, did you had a breakfast? You'll say, yes, I had breakfast in the morning, and that's it. You are done. But awakening में ऐसा नहीं होता. You can say that many people say, sir, मेरा divine masculine awaken है. My masculine is awakened. So it is not, my sweethearts. It's not that कि it's a one time activity that एक बार अंडा फूट गया तो वहां से चूजा निकल आएगा. Okay, Yashoda is from Sri Lanka. So Sri Lankan people also have this name Yashoda. Wow, great. Oh my God. So give some inputs of Sri Lanka, how the economy of Sri Lanka is going through the what you call financial crisis, the your currency value depreciating, all the social unrest, strikes, everything that's happening. That is also a signal that any country around you, Sri Lanka is facing a lot of crisis. So that is also sign of awakening because people don't get awakened in a normal scenario. They want the kick in the ass, right? So universe knows where to pinch people. So these things happen, mass riots, calamities, breakdown of economies, mm, uh, those things does happen, and that's how awakening happens, right? So we were particularly concerned right now about the awakening of the twin flame. So when your masculine gets awakened, especially the masculine, if you take off the divine feminine, because he or she is very much aligned. uh, Sadia, I'm from Bangladesh as well, though I'm not there. Great, Sadia. Great to know that you're from Bangladesh. So people from all around the world has joined. Sri Lanka is there, Bangladesh is there, and of course half of India would be there, and the rest of the world would also be listening. I suppose one was a foreigner also. The reason why I'm only speaking in English is because one of the follower, she's a divine feminine, she is very active there at Instagram, and she had told I'd be there and please speak in English. So that is the reason also. And it's not that it's just for one live streaming. Since day one, I have had this concept that I should be reaching out to a public as a world, as a country, or world as a community, and not restrict myself only to India, because majority of the customer base is there from India. But that doesn't undermine the thing that you know more than 90% आप म्यूजिक बंद कर दे. ओ माय गॉड, सीमा जी को डिस्टरबेंस हो रहा है म्यूजिक से. सीमा जी थोड़ा वॉल्यूम कम कर दिया. अभी ठीक है. एकदम बंद कर देने का ही बोलते हो, बाप रे बाप. सो आई शुड बी available. If maximum people say to pull it off, I'll just close the music also, not a big deal. But one person is saying, and I suppose these kind of music actually provide you with the healing touch. The reason why I insert is that earlier also I used to put this piano background, and when I was creating those videos, and due to those piano music, lot of copyright claims started coming on, that you're using our music and all. So later on I stopped using those musics. So yes please means what? To stop or not to stop? Those sort of comments in live streaming is very puzzling. Yes please for what? To stop or not to stop? So all your uh, twin running away from you will get a push from the universe to sit and have that introspection, which रुक रुक के आवाज में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है. ओके ओके. आई डोंट थिंक कि म्यूजिक की वजह से कुछ आवाज में प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है. म्यूजिक की वजह से तो नहीं आना चाहिए. इंटरनेट का इश्यू हो सकता है. अभी तो एलेक्सा भाभी भी नहीं है. Internet is also first class. Okay, now as per the audience poll, music is off, Alexa is away, right? And only VJ over here. Now VJ's voice only. Okay. So the runner twin flame who ran away, that those will be captured, those will be targeted by the universe, so that they start pondering, not necessarily for this relationship. ऐसा नहीं है that they will be awakened to come and propose you or come and marry you, but they'll be awakened to accept spiritualism as a way of life which they have not been doing, or which they have been neglecting since long. you know if you notice your habit of your twin flame, now I want participation in the comment section also, that they are not, even with their narcissistic traits, even with their toxic behaviors. If you see your runner twin flame, I should not be calling only the masculine, because the feminine also runs. I always say, if you are in a masculine energy and you are meditating, whether you are a boy or a girl, then the other person is in the other energy, right? Whether that person is a boy or a girl doesn't matter. So if you are a masculine and meditating, then the other person is definitely a feminine and running away. And if you are a feminine and meditating, then the other person is definitely the masculine, right? Yeah. So once you understand this concept, so the other person can be a feminine. True feminine also runs. Yeah. Anyone, see, Sadia. Thing is that if you are in a masculine energy, but you have chosen to stay and do the meditation, or we are chosen to be knowledgeable about this journey and accept this journey, welcome this journey, then you are on a position of a feminine. Now this is a concept which I have been telling time and again, but people are not getting it. See, first thing is that, let's talk about this, leaving aside other things, let's talk about this only. Firstly, you are a girl or a boy, okay, you are a man or a woman, that doesn't matter anything for the twin flames, okay, it's 0% importance whether you're a man or a woman. So forget about this thing, okay, forget about whether you are having the female organs or you are having the male organs, okay, forget it completely. Directly come to energy. When you check in terms of energy, one is a feminine energy, other is the masculine energy, separated from the same single source of energy, split into two ends, where one is dominantly masculine, another one is dominantly feminine. Okay, now if the feminine is in a female body, right, then more chances that feminine will stay. Okay, if the feminine is in a female body, higher chances that the feminine will stay and meditate and acknowledge this journey. Okay, but if the toxic things that you can imagine of, that you shouldn't be even imagining from a person, right? That's how divine masculine will be doing. But if you are a female but in a masculine energy, then there can be two chances, right? Although being in a masculine energy, you can choose to acknowledge this journey, sit down and meditate for your journey, right? Or you can run away as a masculine would do, right? But if you are sitting down at a place and meditating or acknowledging this journey, acknowledging spiritualism in your life, then whether you are in a masculine energy or you are in a feminine energy, you are in the position of a feminine as a twin flame journey per se, right? In a twin flame journey, one person stays, the other runs. Okay, that's how the yin and yang work. Okay, so whoever stays, down, whether is in a masculine energy, whether female or a male, but stays there, connects to divine, connects to spirituality, and works for this connection more than the other person, right? Is a definitely in the position of feminine. Energetically might be masculine or energetically might be feminine, that's a separate thing, but as a position, like in a movie, if you see there's character, no, one would be villain, another one would be hero, right? So many times these days you see there are, very much concept movies where even the protagonist, the main artist, does everything that a villain would do, but still he's the hero, right? We have seen such movies. I am not recalling. Yeah, John Wick. Recently on New Year, I watched this movie, John Wick by Keanu Reeves. Kills the dog, of John Wick. Some of a person, who takes contracts of killing people, murdering people, and by somehow he loses his wife due to some disease, and later on he loses some thugs and some, goons enter his home and kill his dog also. It was the last, as a gift from his wife, and because of that, the entire movie starts. So in that movie, whoever is the hero, Keanu Reeves, is doing everything that a criminal would do, killing people, butchering around, no sympathy for anyone, that sort of. But still, he's the hero of the movie, right? Similarly, in your life routine also, whether you are a masculine energy, but आपका साउंड अटक अटक के आ रहा है, ओके, हेडफोन का भी यूज हो सकता है, आई डोंट नो, आज तो ऐसा कुछ डिस्क्रिप्शन का कुछ है नहीं, आई डोंट नो, लैपटॉप को भी ऑन करके रखा है क्या, उसकी वजह से ऐसा कुछ है। हम्म, इसका लैपटॉप का ही क्या रेडिएशन आ रहा होगा। आई एम जस्ट शटिंग डाउन द लैपटॉप आल्सो नाउ, ओके, आई सपोज अब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आना चाहिए डबल रेडिएशन का मामला भी। और ये लैपटॉप को भी मैं थोड़ा दूर रख देता हूँ बिकॉज द एको हैपन्स when the same energy field even in this laptop and mobile phones also, strike, एक ही चीज का स्ट्रीमिंग अगर दो जगह से होगा तो स्ट्राइक करेगा। So I suppose now it's okay. So what happens, this person goes on killing everyone in that movie, and in similar way, whether you are, normally it is, assumed that a masculine is of, among the yin and yang, presents the darker side of the coin, right? Presents the darker side of the life, has those traits which is mostly, not advisable or, accepted, sort of toxic behaviors. But if someone is in a masculine energy and chooses there to stay and meditate or accept spirituality, and then convince the his or her the other divine feminine to come, and acknowledge this journey, then what would you call, energetically he's still a divine masculine only, or she's still a divine masculine. But the work that person is doing is sitting down and meditating, contributing for the, union per se, or for the betterment of as a working as a light worker, so later on might be the runner twin flame also acknowledges journey and, starts, contributing. But initially, whoever starts, doing this first bit of steps for the twin flame journey is the in a position of divine feminine. But just because you are in the position of divine feminine does not mean you are feminine by itself. You can be a masculine also, you can be a feminine also. So this is really bit tricky thing, okay? As I kept on, interacting with many twin flames over sessions and, personal guidance, so then for me also it was evident. And there is one person I keep privately, privacy of everyone whoever consults me, but I would like to tell you guys might be knowing she's a lady, she keeps on posting these contents and tries to help other twin flames also from India. And she herself tells very proudly that I am a divine masculine. So don't call me divine feminine. So earlier she also thought that I am a divine feminine, but now that she has realized, she is meditating, she's doing everything, she has her Guru Diksha, you know, and she's helping other twin flames also, but she prefers herself to be called a divine masculine and not a divine feminine, right? Why? Because she has known her true identity from the soul level. And I don't know, earlier might be at some point of time I might have told, because she has not taken any sort of a consultation or a session with me. I suppose I might have told her that you are in a masculine energy, and she denied at that point of time, but later on she accepted. So that's how there. So I would urge, every one of the twin flame who are in this twin flame journey, acknowledge his or herself at the soul level, at the energy level, what energy you are. Even if you're a boy, you should be confident even to tell that if you're in a divine feminine, yes, I'm in a feminine energy. Even if you're a girl, you know that you are in a masculine energy, you should be confident enough to tell you're in a masculine energy, right? Position wise, you might be doing the work of a divine feminine. That's a separate thing. But energetically, your true identity, your core DNA will be either of a dominant feminine or a dominant masculine. Even at the Ardhanarishwar format also, twin flames who are in the Ardhanarishwar format, even for them also, slightly, even by 1% or 0.5% also, one will be a dominant feminine, other will be a dominant masculine. So, having discussed of this, energy concepts of the twin flames, now the person who did not acknowledge this spiritualism this year will keep on pushing the other person to move further, or take steps to mm, towards spiritualism. So if you see their behavior intrinsically, whether they operate as a toxic person or a playboy or a playgirl sort of a person, right? The runner twin flame. Still, if you have, pondered upon their true essence, they are similar as to you only. They are also the people who want to know about the universe. They are also the people who want to know about the star signs, the occult signs. They also want to know about many different things as you want to know. They have that curiosity level, but the problem is that they don't get the guidance. They won't find the proper person to whom to consult, to whom to go and discuss those issues, but they have that inner craving to understand those things and accept those things in a life. That is the true sign that the person, even who is running, is a twin flame, is a light worker, right? Don't go on to the habits that one is a drug addict, or alcoholic, or abuser, or a thing like that. Intrinsically, if you see, they have a very deep core interest. If you sit down and try to explain anything of spiritualism or universe or occult sciences to them, they will sit down and listen. Problem with them is that even do they want to know, they don't want to accept. That's the another problem that the divine masculine faces in their life. Even if they want to know, they don't want to accept that this is the fact of life, you know because they are karma believer. They are person who believes in work, you know in execution, in deliveries. Okay, they don't believe in the surreal things which cannot be seen. सपना देखना. Normally the divine feminines, सपने में सांप देख लिया सर, अब क्या होगा पता नहीं. Will I be getting rich, or will I be being haunted by a ghost, because I saw a snake in my dream, right? Those sort of things divine feminine will mostly tell. But divine masculine, even if he or she goes, and I'll tell you one secret also, your divine masculine or the runner twin flame, the number of dreams, the number of times the worst kind of paranormal sort of a energy that they go through, I think the divine feminine don't even go 1% of 1 or 2% of what the divine masculine is going through. So their life is completely different and completely what you call hell. It's a shit out there in the life of a divine masculine who wants to accept spirituality but doesn't find anyone to. Divine feminine can help them, but they reject the divine feminine also. They want the answers to many things which is happening in their life, but they don't find the right answers. When someone wants to give them the right answer, they don't want to acknowledge those answers. They don't believe on them, because most of the things of occult or twin flames or tarot cards, anything you try to join with spiritualism is energy based basically. And energy cannot be seen or touched, it can only be felt. And your masculine does not believe on those things which cannot be seen, touched, or validated as a theory under the sun. Okay, they want full proof explanation of each and everything. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. They want to see it by their eyes. And in spiritualism in this world, like suppose if we have awakened your chakras, okay, you are sitting there and discussing with the twin flame that or the masculine that I have activated my chakra. So, there's such sort of movement as happening at my solar plexus or my root chakra, and those they won't get it. They won't get it what you are telling, and down the line they'll just make a fun of you that you believe in such creepy things. How do you're such a knowledgeable person, educated person? How could you believe on those crap things and all? That's their problem. Even if you want to tell the truth, they'll not be ready to accept, because you can't cut your body off and show the chakras where it is lying. Nobody can do that, and they don't believe on those things. That's their problem. But day and night your twin flame is being haunted by this paranormal things, telepathic things, energies of all sort, uh, haunting dreams. And their nights are really sleepless nights. They basically go through sleepless nights, and most of the time deal with daydreaming. So those sort of things happen with your twin flame, as such in their life. So being a twin flame at the runner position is uh, not an easy task. Okay, it's a very very tough thing and a tough situation to be. Okay, so yeah, I have usually when I try to connect with you guys and explain a topic, usually I bump into so many other topics that I forget the core topic also. So your twin flame basically will get that serious sort of a awakening push by the universe this year, that he or she has to not necessarily meditate or things like that, but accept spiritualism at the core. Sorry, I was just burping. That was accept spiritualism at the core of it, and understand things which qualify them to be ahead in the spiritual journey in coming days, right? Like forgiveness, if you call. They might not have forgiven many people. So this year and coming years and next year, they will be pushed to forgive where they have not forgiven people. They might have, not practiced unconditional love at any point of time. They might be living in their ego self, right? So this year will make them shed away their ego self. This year will push them to, because unless and until they do all these things, and even if you are listening to this channeling, divine feminines mostly, I suppose, right? And you are still not forgiving people, you are still not mm, welcoming the unconditional love energy to your heart center, then even you are pushing away your spiritual progress, right? Even you. So anyone who has to qualify or excel up in the spiritual journey has to do certain things. Basically, like A for apple, B for ball was taught to you at your nursery school by your teacher in your kindergarten's level. Why? Because later on, you can understand the other words also, but those are the basic fundamentals. Accordingly, in spiritualism, you have to do those sort of things. Let go, forgiving people, you know doing a bit of meditation, practicing unconditional love, loving the animals, loving the nature, not running after material things. Okay, those sort of things, there'll be some, basically, if you see, there'll be some sort of a change in a lifestyle or a life routine of your divine masculine, right? They won't be able to carry further with the pattern which they were doing usually, whatever things they were eating, whatever things they were doing, those things will be changed this year, or those things will get a new direction this year, right? For the runner to influence, they'll not be their pattern, there'll be change in their pattern. Their thought process will drastically change, their energy level will drastically change. A casual or a light approach towards life will get more serious to them. Uh, if they had only banked upon their families, then they will start losing interest with their families. Same family person, they will start losing interest with their families. The same friend circles, they'll start losing the connection or the charm of being with those people. So those sort of things will happen to them. And lot of, at the knowledge level, if you see at a world, at a perspective, so in 2023, a lot of uh, what you call inventions, or a lot of research work will happen. Lot of mysteries will be shared with you all, right? Mm, like if you see one of this suicidal case of Sushant Singh Rajput happened in 2020 only, and for 2020, 2021, 2022, 3 years, it was just said that it is a suicide. So when this energy of 2023 cropped in, now it is being said that no, it was not a suicide, it was a murder, right? Officially it is being said in the news that it is not a suicide, it was a murder. And for this 3 donkey years it was being said that it is a suicide. So I'm just sharing these kind of examples to you so that you can remember the concept and you can remember what was shared during the live session. Okay, obviously you can always come back and listen to the recording again, but even then, to understand the thought process of this year, so those sort of hidden things will come to the surface. Secrets will be revealed, true identity of people will be revealed, and people will be forced to get into spiritualism by hook or by crook, right? Mm, Other things which this year will bring on to you would be lot of success, lot of happiness, lot of traveling is there on the cards. But again, like I told earlier, also the success, the traveling, the happiness will uh, be on the side of those people who have already accepted spiritualism, you know, at the core essence, and not for the other people, right? Those things are there. Mm, there's more and more people are, will be seeking guidance through people like me, or people like other, guides also out there in YouTube or in their real life. I don't know, but they will be taking the guidance for sure, because the year has just started. It is only 6 or 7 days has gone, but there is entire 365 days, 360 days to go by. And meanwhile, the when the energy of this year will hit hard, it's not that I am saying that I am foolproof and that energy won't hit me. uh, for anyone, for energy channeling person like me, such energies hits more hard. It's a separate thing that I don't get affected, or I don't into get into those energy of other people or the twin flames collective as such. But we are very much energy sensitive people, and for to us those energies hit very hard, right? So as a collective basis, maximum people will, choose to uh, introspect, upon on themselves, will sit alone and, start writing journals, will start writing poems, will start writing some books, or those sort of creative activities will also happen, which will be towards introspection. And those who are not able to do those things will be taking guidance or consultation from other people, right? So you can imagine the energy situation of the year. At one side, some people are completely enjoying life, lavish, and the other side, some people are, striving very hard to understand spiritualism or to express out themselves. Their heart will be very much heavy, like they can't even breathe, sort of, not literally they can't breathe, but at the chest they will feel very heaviness. Okay. And if you talk about gods to whom to worship, then this year, uh, although year wise gods are not worshipped, okay, you can worship any god at any point of time, whomever you connect. But this year I would suggest worshipping Lord Shiv will be uh, more fruitful to you. Okay, Shiv or Lord Mahadev, however you interpret, is himself an embodiment of a yogi person, is himself an embodiment of a teacher or guru. So uh, worship Lord Shiv. Other god which I can, tell to you in a form would be Lord Ganesha. Okay. Uh, Other lord would be Lord Hanuman. Okay, at any point of time, throughout the year, the more you connect to your divine source through these gods are just gateway to take you inside divinity, nothing more than that. You can be from any religion, you can be from any background, you can be worshiping Jesus Christ, you can be worshiping Allah, you can be worshiping Lord Buddha. Okay, so it doesn't matter, but you got to, choose a gateway for yourself, right? And the best gateway, as per me, I'm just suggesting the guidance. If you choose any other gateway, doesn't matter at all. Point is only on how you get to the destination. It doesn't matter which gateway you choose. So although because people seek, that which god and goddesses should be worshipped more, so in that ground I have told you, Shiv, then Lord Ganesh, secondly Lord Hanuman, and Adi Shakti you guys can do, but Adi Shakti, Bhagwati, the energy will be very much intense. You guys won't be able, most of guys won't be able to handle. And the thing is that the year is already carrying a very heavy energy. And the more you invite goddess and you're not able to handle the energy, the more damage it will create, right? So you go as a solution point of view, and you will be, spoiling the overall entire structure. So Devi Puja, I will, suggest not to do for the faint-hearted, for the initial, people who are into spiritualism just recently. Don't do Devi Sadhana this year. And yes, few of the colors also I told in my last channeling that please avoid shades of black, dark blue, and shades of gray. These colors, which are, I tell to avoid, you can wear it below your feet. Okay, so black color, if I tell to avoid, see now this is a blanket sort of a channeling which is happening to a mass. Okay, it's not a personal. So some people, for some people, if you do get the energy reading from me, sorry, lots of burping is happening. For some people, if you take the energy reading from me on a personal basis, might be black will be the most suitable color for you, right? Dark blue might be the most suitable color for you, right? You never know. So don't take it onto a heart that, sir has told to avoid this color and it's my favorite color, I can't avoid, or it looks good on me, it has been my lucky color since years, and how can I, throw it off? I am just telling on a generic note. For every person, the combination of things, like nobody's fingerprint matches with the other person. Accordingly, no channeling can be, foolproof for one person, because this is a generic, and everybody uh, is, into this live session or the recording. So as a generic only I'm telling. So avoid these dark colors of black, navy blue, and gray. And those colors you can wear it as a shoes or socks. Okay, पैर के नीचे पहन सकते हो, पैर के ऊपर मत पहनना. Right. Someone is writing how the gravitational force, sound energy, heat energy can be seen, sir. Those DMs should have studied science, quantum physics, and nature properly. No, see, Pampa, ऐसा है ना that yes, you are correct that these cannot be. But even if suppose if your divine masculine is a science student, but spiritualism is not only understood by, understanding the concept of a sound energy or a heat energy or everything. Spiritual is something different. Of, we are talking about someone or the divine source who has created the sound energy. There's a very good anecdote or a small story that I had heard, that there was once a quarrel between a scientist and a god. ठीक है, भगवान और एक साइंटिस्ट के बीच में एक बात पे बहस छिड़ गया, दैट आई एम ग्रेट, इवन आई कैन डू थिंग्स, आई कैन, प्रोड्यूस दिस थिंग्स, इवन आई कैन मेक बेबीज, टेस्ट ट्यूब बेबीज, व्हाट्स अ बिग डील, व्हाई यू आर गॉड, right? And how can we tell that you are god? It's not big deal, now science has become very much advanced, right? And things like that. So god told, okay, take some time and go and prove that you can do all the things which I can do. So the scientist went, and scientist, get into his lab. He generated some babies, he generated lives of people, he created something. So after few months or years after his achievement, he came back to god, and he told that, see god, I told you, now whatever you can do, even I can do. Now science have become so advanced that there's no difference between you and me, I'm also god, right? So god told, okay, you have done very much great. But tell me, you have created a baby in your lab, but from where did you create that baby? From a cell, na? So first be capable to go and create that cell, then come back to me and say that I've created a baby. You have created the baby from the cells which I have created, right? तो इसीलिए जैसे सृष्टि में बोलते हैं ना कि पंच महाभूत से सृष्टि बना है. The earth, the soil, the water, the heat, fire, आकाश तत्व भी है, right? So accordingly, the five elements of earth, based on those five elements only, everything has been created in the nature, in the universe. So science might be a bit advanced, but science has not become that much advanced that they can create these basic elements of even science, with which you can create further things. Science are creating test tube babies and everything is happening, no doubt about it. But from where they are creating the test tube babies? From the same blood cells, right? Has science be so advanced that they are able to, create blood? And even if they happen to create, they will be using some, earlier existing blood to create that blood. So spiritualism is, above the concept of science also, because science, the modern science, whatever has been created, is a small wing of the vast spiritualism, that is there exist in the universe. Talking on this further, I was just remembering uh, how my guru taught to, cure people, while, I was doing sadhana with him. So he taught us that, someone you might find, there has a organ damage or that sort of thing. I won't, tell you exactly, but just I'll give you a slight hint. So he told that it's very easy to cure that person. You just replace that organ with the other organ. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. So we were dumbstruck. How is it possible that you replace an organ with the other organ? Like your heart is failure, right? You might be, your heart is failure, your lungs are failure, your kidney is failure. So Guru told me not a big deal. Just replace, ask another kidney from the universe and replace this kidney with the other one. Simple enough. Or you are having stone in your kidney. Just take out the stone and throw it in the universe. Let the stone go where in the universe. You just leave it to the universe. Just take out and throw it in the universe. Right. So how can modern science even understand this concept that a stone which is present in your kidney inside your bladder or somewhere like that, without even a laser surgery, without even touching, just out of your healing power, you can throw it off in the universe and cure that person all of a sudden. But yes, it's possible. I can be sitting here, and anyone taking a session with me, I can touch your chakra staying here. You can be staying in USA, you can be staying in London, or at the other side of the globe, or even while London, you can be staying in Mars or in Jupiter. But I can touch your chakra staying right here. Okay. If I happen to connect to you. So that is the power of how, spiritualism, that is the power of how Tantra science works. That is the power of how healing used to happen in ancient, uh, things. And these days, modern science, people, have become so much arrogant that whatever discoveries they have done, they think that those are the biggest discoveries they have done, कि कुछ एक laser technology generate कर दिया, some ऐसे लैब में कुछ टेस्ट ट्यूब बेबीज पैदा कर दिया एंड ऑल. So they think it's a victory. So test tube babies, if you see, Duryodhan's all the brothers, it's a concept that even 100, Gandhari gave birth to 100 children. And for a woman to give birth to 100 children, it's not possible physically. Can you imagine? And still, so it's said that, those were the test tube babies itself, right? So in past also, many things has happened, which proves that modern science is far, far away from what, at the energy level, if you try to understand things and cure things, it can lead on to. But to understand those things and to practice those things, even if I want to teach a Tantra science to you, to be eligible to grasp those knowledge, you have to be at that state of surrender to the universe. You have to be at that purity state of how a small born child would be. एक छोटे बच्चे को देखते हो ना, एक तितली देख के भी उतना खुश हो जाता है, छोटा सा. If a child sees even a small butterfly, the child is so much astonished that he has seen something, splendor that nature has created. But you see butterfly, might be, I'm just giving an example, might be you also getting curious, but I'm just giving an example. But when you see an insect, you think, what's such a big deal? I have seen so many insects. What's a big deal? Unless and until that insect is very much attractive or beautiful, you don't find the beauty in it. But if you see a child, every plant he sees, he'll be very much excited. Every insect he sees, he'll be very much excited. You take a child to the zoo, he will be flabbergasted. Oh my God, where I have come. दुनिया में इतने सारे क्रिएशंस हैं, साले बाघ भालू ये सब क्या है ये. you know what are their names, वो इतने सारे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं चिल्ड्रन के. So to advance in the spiritual journey, you have to have that sort of a appetite that a small born child would have once the child lands up in the on earth. Okay, that curiosity level, that pureness level, only then you will be able to understand these things, tantra science and these healing powers and other thing, even the kundalini and the chakras, right? But ये करना मुश्किल है, you know after being grown up and after understanding so many things, after having so much of bank balance, and after having so and so xyz name and fame in the society, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a police, I'm a manager, I'm a CEO, I'm a falana dimkana, it is very difficult for you to let go of that fake identity which the world or the society has imposed on you, and talk in terms of a true identity at a soul level, that you are still a child trying to learn and explore the ocean of knowledge which is present in the universe, right? You're still a child. So if you become the child and you try to walk through the ocean, it's very easy for you. Universe will open the gateways for you. But if you are still of this, if I, even if I ask all the people who are live in the session, what is your identity? First line, you guys will be telling the same thing, sir. I'm so and so from so and so city, my so and so caste, I'm an Indian, or I'm a Pakistani, or I'm a Bangladeshi, I'm a Sri Lankan, I'm so, because you are destined to give those answers. Nobody will tell that, sir, I am a soul landed on earth as a light worker, you know, exploring my spiritual journey and the advancement ahead. Nobody will tell, because nobody is, what you call cultured in a way to think like that or speak like that. Right from the time when you enter school, you are, you know, programmed. The better thing would be programmed. You are programmed in a way so that you forget your true essence and you only speak in terms of the outer, reality which is created. I'm black, you are white, I'm Brahmin, I'm Kshatriya, I'm Marwadi, I'm Punjabi, I'm Bengali, I'm Indian, I'm from West Bengal, I'm from Kerala, I'm from London, I live in New York, I do so and so job. So your things are hidden on these sort of external reality, and you live aside the soul true essence. So at that level, even if someone wants to, impart those knowledge of secrets of the universe, what he or she has learned, it's impossible to inject those things. Even if someone injects, you will throw it off. You know you won't have that appetite to digest those energy, or digest those knowledge. So that was a very, deep thing. I think these sort of discussions should happen at a separate place, where like Trinetra not yet started the YouTube with Trinetra, but I suppose Trinetra, the way people are joining one by one, I suppose those guys are not there to, listen about twin flame channeling, or those guys are not there because I create reels and post, things of Lord Shiva and spiritualism, and they like it, so that's why they are following. So daily one or two people, follow, very few, but their motive is clear. Not, they are not connected there, they are not at that platform to know about some person, or they are longing for some person. They are there because they love Lord Shiv, they love, the Ma Adi Shakti and Adi Yogi, and because of that reason they are there. So all these sort of a discussion need to happen at that platform. But I, get into this flow, and I, can't stop myself telling all these things. I'll just take few of the questions what she has told. ये सब डीएम्स कौन है, कहाँ से आए हैं, ये मानते हैं जो दिखता नहीं वो है ही नहीं, then how can they reside in this planet with the help of gravitational force? They need mental treatment. Pampaji is being so much. Few people are writing down the message and retracting the message. Is it happening like that, or you guys are literally, pulling back whatever you're typing? Sir, we have to be in unconditional love, and same time, how is it possible to equally give and take back, because you have to be in unconditional love? I didn't get this question. What is he saying? We have to be in unconditional love, and same time, how is it possible? Equal give and take, because you have to be in unconditional love. See, yeah, Anika, unconditional love, when you tell, na, it's not the thing that, you do it with everyone, or with, you go on living only in the unconditional love energy 24 by 7. It's not like that. You have to live as per the society norms also. no matter how much I tell you guys that talk in terms of soul level, talk in terms of energy level, don't talk in terms of a country, state, caste, creed, things like that. But still, if you have to go and open a bank account in your city, is it possible that you go and tell the bank uh, bank staff that see, my name is Miss Anika Ali, and I am a soul, I am of a divine feminine energy, and I want to open a bank account? It They won't even listen to your bullshit, right? For them it's bullshit, because they want, sir, madam, tell your identity as per what we can understand. So their language is what the society has created over these many years, right? That you are a female, you are so and so caste, you are son or daughter of so and so person, you live in this city, you live in this building. So tell me that identity, madam, tell me your street name, madam, tell me your state, madam, tell me your country, tell me your height, weight, whatever, color, sex, you are a male or a female, your income, everything. And that from there they create an identity. Okay, this customer is for our privileged customer in a bank, this customer is a regular customer, this customer is a business class customer, this customer is a student category customer, this person is a working class employed customer, this person has the potential of taking future loans or not. That's way how they classify the customer base. So I gave you this example because in same way, unconditional love is a thing which you must explore in your heart center, which you must explore in your body. Doesn't mean that you go on showering an unconditional love to each and every person you meet on the roads or you meet in your real life. It doesn't happen that way, right? नहीं तो जीना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. You'll have to go to the Himalayas and start meditating alone. If you live in the society, if you if you're in a Rome, do as the Romans do. Yeah, right. पंजाब जाओगे तो पराठा खाने ही पड़ेंगे क्योंकि वहां पे पराठे मिलेंगे. एंड साउथ में जाओगे तो आप परोठा मांगोगे, आपको नहीं मिलेगा, वहां पे आपको राइस ही खाना पड़ेगा, राइट? The same way, unconditional love is something which you should be capable of doing. Unconditional love is something which you must be, capable of doing and exploring within you. That are you capable of loving unconditionally or not? You know, it doesn't mean that every time life goes in a terms of give and take only. Give and take chalte rehta life mein, right? But once or for some time you have to practice unconditional love. Suppose you are meditating daily on for 5 to 10 minutes and giving your unconditional love to the energy, love energy to the nature or to mother earth, you know or to environment, or you have a pet at your home, a dog or a cat or a cow at your home, and you are sharing your unconditional love with those things. Even there also it's fine enough, right? Not necessarily, because even there, if you practice or explore your unconditional love energy, when you go and meet other people where you are intended to get into this give and take, barter sort of a energy, give and take, ye do ye lo to main ye karunga, even there also your way of dealing will be drastically changed compared to the earlier Anika Ali, how you used to deal with those persons, right? एक बार कभी आपको किसी ने बहुत ज्यादा बुरा भला कह दिया है, कर दिया, तो आप माफ करना सीखो, राइट? इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सामने में आके कोई आपको एक थप्पड़ मारोगे तो आप उसको रिटेलिएट नहीं करोगे, आप बोलोगे नहीं मैं तो गौतम बुद्धा बन गया, आई विल जस्ट मैं तो गांधी बन गया, मेरे को कुछ नहीं, आप मेरे को एक गाल पे मारा, आप दूसरे गाल पे भी मारो, नॉट लाइक दैट. यू नो there is few rules which the society has created, you have to follow those rules, but point is, as a spiritual person or as a spiritual journey, do you remember the rules that universe has created and which nobody will remind you of in your daily life routine, and still you are binded by those energies, right? And you are binded by the entire universe is bind, everyone, each and every creature is binded by the law of karmas and the law of unconditional love energy, right? So that's how things are there. So we were talking about, what would happen to these collective people as such, and for mass people, where was I here? I was talking about something masculine. No, I have covered that. Then the a lot of mysteries, will come to a surface. Hidden things will come to the surface. जो कुछ छुपाया गया था वो सब बाहर आएगा धीरे धीरे इस साल के एनर्जी में, right? And those guys who have worked hard, since many years or many months in the past, will get the fruits of their labor in this year 2023, right? If you're working for money, you'll get money provided if you have worked. It's not that, just because 2023 has come, your bank balance will, be filled with money. It's not like that. Those guys who are lacking motivation will get the right equation of motivation in this year to, excel up in their life. प्रोत्साहन की कमी थी, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, लाइफ में हार गई मर गया, मैं क्या करूं? Those people will get provided if you have worked hard in the background. Basically, see, this year and next year will be a year of reaping the benefits. फसल काटने का समय है, हार्वेस्टिंग सीजन इज दिस ईयर, राइट? बेसिकली वन लाइनर, 100 बात की एक बात, हार्वेस्टिंग सीजन, राइट? फसल काटो, अच्छा बीज बोया है ना? बीज बोया है आम का, आम खाओगे, बीज बोया है बबूल का, बबूल ही काटोगे, राइट? So whatever things that you have done in the past and the kind of hard work you have done, your this year will provide you with the results. Some of the downloads that I was getting onto a mind, because I have not written down anything, else the session would have been a very much, what you call theoretical, but I'm not doing that way. I'm just talking in terms of whatever is coming in a download. Maybe in further other sessions I'll do it. But recently, after I did the channeling, there were other things which are coming in mind. Is that uh, I request you guys also to have a participation on the message box or the comment box regarding this. This year, you'll be having this craving of, eating the deep fried items, right? तला हुआ खाना थोड़ा ज्यादा खाने का मन करेगा. So can you guys just share me, since this year has started or off lately from December, after second week or third week onwards, you are having this deep interest or planning on your mind to have deep fried items, anything in your country or in your society whatsoever, but you are having this craving of something, deep fried. Rupal is saying yes. I don't know about others. So it would be better if others would also, say December last week से ही बहुत fried खाया, or yes. Pratibha is saying yes. Sadia is saying not really. Okay. What about others? There are a lot many people joining, but guys are sorry, yaar, I'm burping a lot. So guys are just, sitting and relaxing. That Vijay sir is there. Yeah, he's just talking, and we are in a deep trance sleep. Nobody wants to tell. Are you? मैं तो इतना खाए सर कि मेरे pimples होना start हो गया. Okay. Okay, let's hear some more confirmation. Are you guys having this deep craving of having deep fried items, oil, oily fried items like chips, pakode, samosa? Especially इसका cravings थोड़ा बढ़ गया है in last 10 days or last 14 days to be precise. Okay. आम ही कहेंगे सर. What is this? I didn't get it, सीमा जी. आम ही खाएंगे सर. ओके, बबूल एंड आम में से बोला होगा. नो, बट अभी मैं जो पूछ रहा हूँ ना आप लोगों को, अभी देखो क्या सिंक्रोनिसिटी इज ऑन द स्क्रीन. 22 people are live and 22 likes also for the video. 22 you know so if you see this what you call this energy of this year, so few people have only confirmed, but I just wanted to know, because those are the downloads. When you guys speak by yourself, it will be a confirmation, right? else I don't need even the confirmation for you guys. Downloads आया, I'll just trust on the downloads. Why should I go and validate? है ना, मिलना क्या है को अवार्ड थोड़ा ना मिलना है, but just to connect the dots. I keep asking you guys, so whatever downloads were there, was it in the track or not, so that later on, when I receive the downloads, I can immediately act upon it. So three, four, five people have told that they got this craving of deep fried items to eat since last 10, 14 days. How about the other people? जब भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ ना, एक दो लोग सेशन ही छोड़ के भाग जाते हैं, उनको लगता है बाप रे कहाँ फंसा दिया, क्या पूछ लिया. What about other guys? Yes, no, both can be the answer there. You need not necessarily tell in same lines in what I'm asking. शिल्पी इज सेइंग नो बट खाने को बोला जा रहा है. हु इज फोर्सिंग यू शिल्पी? कौन बोल रहा है आपको पकोड़े खाने के लिए? यस सर, बट जनरली अराउंड फुल मून आई हैव मोर क्रेविंग्स देन यूजुअल. ओके. ओके. नाउ थैंक्स टू दोज गाइज हु कंफर्म्ड. ओके. ये क्या हो रहा है ना कि साल का एनर्जी की वजह से भी आपको क्या चीज खाना और क्या चीज नहीं खाना एक मास को अफेक्ट करता है, राइट? एंड इस साल में आई वुड सजेस्ट यू कि आपको ऐसे डीप फ्राइड आइटम्स को जितना कम खाएं उतना अच्छा होगा. द लेसर यू ईट दिस डीप फ्राइड आइटम्स विल बी गुड इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर हेल्थ, in terms of your overall energy. But mark my words, it will be very difficult for you guys to lessen the temptation of not having deep fried items in this year. और ज्यादा खाने को मन करेगा. ठीक है. If not deep fried items, there is another item which you guys might be liking to eat or craving. Those items which are like tandoori sort of items, you know, those items which is cooked on raw fire. Okay, what you call the steak foods, steak foods or those foods which is cooked in raw coal or raw fire, tandoori sort of things. These things of cravings will also increase this year. Okay. And this sort of items also you have to avoid as much as possible for your betterment. Let's not get deep into it, but ये तले हुए एंड तंदूर के आइटम्स को जितना कम खाएंगे आप लोगों के लिए उतना अच्छा है, राइट? फॉर योर ओवरऑल एनर्जी ऑफ द ईयर. Those things were downloaded to me, and the more you donate, things to those people from where you are not bound to get any sort of a help or any sort of transaction, that things will be very much beneficial for you this year, like helping the animals or helping the beggars or helping any people who is not in a position to help you back. ठीक है. आप अगर किसी का जरूरतमंद का मदद करते हो और वो उस पोजीशन में नहीं है कि जरूरत पड़ने पे आपको भी वो मदद करे, चाहे दैट पर्सन इज अ पर्सन और एनिमल और एनीवन, then those sort of a help if you do this year, it be very very good for you all, right? And tobacco consumption will very much increase this year. People will, I suppose, all these companies, ITC and whoever companies is into tobacco business will be having one of the best turnovers, business turnovers this year. वो तो साल के अंत में पता चलेगा. Next year March we'll get to know the figures, but during the year also you can see. Last year in channeling, like I had told last time, Ruchi was also there in the session. I don't know where is Ruchi today. So I had told that although all the channels, all those people tell only from one aspect, जिसको एस्ट्रोलॉजी पता है सिर्फ एस्ट्रोलॉजी बोले, जिसको न्यूमरोलॉजी न्यूमरोलॉजी बोलेगा. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल और ऑलमोस्ट सभी ने ही बोला कि यार वीनस का साल है, वीनस का साल है, चलो बम फोड़ो, ये करो एंड ऑल, रोमांस होगा, रियूनियन होगा, एवरीथिंग एंड ऑल. I was the only one who told that no, this year is governed by planet Saturn also, because everything is going on Saturn, 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 Saturn. Year's first day of the year was Saturn, last day of the year was Saturn. Many events in the
year was Saturn. Saturn retrograde started on a Saturday. Retrograde ended on a note of Saturday. So many things happened on Saturday in that year. Many things. I noted down so many things, but because I was not doing YouTube videos, else I would have spilled these beans in YouTube videos also. Most of the critical full moons were happening on a Saturday. Many things. So when there is intervention of planet Saturn, what it brings into is life destruction. Planet Saturn brings into destruction or judgment. Those sort of a thing. Quarrels, fights, accidents, those sort of things. So you imagine none of the channel might have told you that Saturn is penetrating the year और सैटर्न की एनर्जी शनि की एनर्जी बहुत ज्यादा तगड़ी है पिछले साल एंड वो कुछ करेगा आई वाज द वन हु ओनली टोल्ड और उसका फैन बेस भी कितना ही है मेरा 1000 लोग 500 लोग देखते हैं हार्डली 500 to 1000 people see my but and those messages is meant to and whoever is decodes those messages up to them those who don't decode I can't tell you see Russia and Ukraine war happened right and Russia and Ukraine war might be an event which did not directly affect any one of you, but indirectly, if you see, if you are connected to the economy, if you are connected to the business, if you see there are high fluctuations in the availability of petrol, high fluctuations in the prices of the crude oil, and because of this Russia invading Ukraine and Russia war happening, under this influence of planet Saturn, entire Europe also got affected. Their gas supplies, their petroleum product supplies got affected, and the life routine of the people of Ukraine got completely devastated. You know, and you think that the war was not a 1 month or 1 week sort of story. वो पूरा साल चला till the end of 2022. That war was still going on. I don't know it has been stopped or not, but the last news what I had seen was that Russia wanted to stop that war, right? So that is how and if you see normal person or a normal person even of the channel who is having 5 lakh or 10 lakh of followers will not be in a position to go such deep and penetrate that the year is not only governed by planet Venus, it is governed by planet Saturn also. It is because the entire overall energy of the year was governed by planet Venus, although Saturn coming heavily at each and every aspects of 2022 did not give that much big impact, right? Else the life routine of how the Russians and the Ukraine people faced at that point of time would have been the life of everyone on earth. It would have been sort of a World War III only had similar sort of a Saturn energy came in year of 2023 or came in year of 2024. Okay, so thankfully the year was overall governed by planet Venus. So whatever things happened, whatever damage, collateral damage happened in terms of economy, in terms of lives, in terms of destruction of cities, gases, crude oil, petroleum products, everything did not affect each and every one person on planet Earth. ठीक है, affect तो किया, असर हुआ, but सर्टेन एक सेक्शन को लाइक यूरोप को हुआ, ठीक है ना, अफ्रीका को, अमेरिका को, नॉर्थ अमेरिका, साउथ अमेरिका को कुछ नहीं हुआ, इंडिया को हुआ पर कुछ टाइम के लिए इंडिया अगेन गॉट बाउंस बैक, राइट, बट मैक्सिमम ऑफ द वर्ल्ड वाज सेव्ड फ्रॉम इट. But even on that note also you see the European people were affected by this, Russians were affected, Ukrainians were affected, and you see all these things that happened, the social unrest at Sri Lanka, economy started collapsing. So you see when planet Venus is there, right, and all the countries around India, Sri Lanka is happening, Bangladesh is also suffering similar kind of situation, Bhutan also similar kind of a situation, right? Many other countries, economy was collapsing, right? So if you see in the energy of planet Venus is basically what? A god of luxury, romance, है ना? Pyar, mohabbat, ishq, uh, what you call other social pleasures of life, that sort of a thing. But still, those things were happening. If you see the entire year, if it was purely governed by planet Venus, was it possible that World War III kind of situation would have erupted all of a sudden? Absolutely no, right? So after a year, when I see upon how I did the channeling for 2022 and how it ended, the entire year gone by, I think you can go back. Those who have missed out, you can go back and listen to those channelings. Okay, for done for the year 2022 beginning. So entirely that's how events happened. I was not at the position to know exactly what would be the detailed events. Okay, else I would have told that also. But I could sense that Saturn will make an impact this year. Saturn कुछ तो करने वाला है, ठीक है, एंड सैटर्न ने किया भी. सैटर्न ने वो याद दिलाया that I am there. Please don't forget that it's a year of Venus. Saturn will be equally going side by side for the entire year, right? And you see from there on continuation. This year started on a Sunday, and overall energy of this year, again Saturn will be there. And the first full moon of the month of the year, in fact, month kya bole, now the year has already started. First full moon of the year is again on a Saturday, right? And that Saturday is again calendar date 7. राइट, सो यू सी दिस सिंक्रोनिसिटीज. कभी कभी हंसी भी आती है यार, ये जो यूनिवर्स किस तरीके से जो है ना जकड़ के रख लेता है, लोगों को कहीं भागने ही नहीं देता. राइट, सो this year also Saturn will be playing, and slowly because see, Saturn is a very slow planet. Among the planets, if you see in the solar system, Saturn is the planet which moves very slowly, right? Saturn completes its one complete rotation in its orbit, I don't know, in around 1000 days or 1200 days. I don't know precisely, but if you compare to the other planets of their size and length and all, Saturn is a very slow, right? तो सैटर्न क्या है ना कि शनै शनै आता है, शनै शनै जाता है, स्लोली इट विल कम, स्लोली इट विल गो. सो सैटर्न जो धीरे धीरे एनर्जी बिल्डअप कर रहा है ना, दैट ऑल्सो मेक्स मी वंडर दैट आगे क्या होने वाला है, आगे करेगा क्या, राइट? 2022 में तो इतना करा दिया, वर्ल्ड वाज ऑन द brink of just getting into third world war kind of a situation. At the edge, US was just going to support or attack or come in defense of Ukraine. And because if Russia would have fought with US, then to support Russia, some other country would have gone and gave their support. Might be India had gone. So overall, and China was there, right? Saturn 2.5 years time. No. Someone has written, I don't know, मैसेज कहाँ आया, इंस्टाग्राम में आया या यहाँ पे आया. सैटर्न 2.5 years, स्वीट हार्ट. मैं आपको साढ़े साथी का ढैया और साढ़े साथी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. सैटर्न जो अपना ऑर्बिट में घूमता है, द टाइम दैट सैटर्न टेक्स टू rotate around its own orbit, I am talking about that timeline. I'll just try to Google. Let's see. Saturn completing one rotation in its orbit. Hmm. Saturn makes a complete orbit around a sun a year in Saturnian time, about 29.4 Earth years. ये देखो, मैं ये टाइम के बारे में बोल रहा था. Saturn takes fucking 30 years approx time to complete one revolution in its orbit. अपना ही ऑर्बिट में एक चक्कर लगाने के लिए 30 years लगा देता है, राइट? आप सिर्फ अपने बारे में सोचते हो ना, आप वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो में तो देखते नहीं हो. धरती छोड़ के देखो, स्पिरिचुअलिज्म को समझना है ना, यू विल हैव टू लिव, अर्थ को छोड़ दो, leave this earth, fly into the universe, and then think what is happening in the world. If you stay in this earth and then think what is happening, you'll never be able to understand what is happening, right? Unless and until you go to the top floor of the building, you will not be able to see what is happening on the second floor, what is happening in ground floor, what is happening here and there. नीचे बैठ के कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. Think like how an eagle thinks. ऊपर से, right? Get a bird's eye view of the perspective of the situation. Don't be crawling on the ground like ants or आप ये सब करो. I was not talking about Dhaiya or Sade Sati. I'm talking about the entire time that this planet takes. Okay. Someone asked me about Jupiter. So let's see, Google up for the Jupiter also. Jupiter is also a very interesting planet. वो भी थोड़ा धीरे धीरे ही रोटेट करता है. But Jupiter is also slow, but not that much slow. Jupiter takes 12 Earth years, okay, for one complete revolution. Jupiter makes a complete orbit around the sun in about 12 Earth years. 12 साल में Jupiter एक चक्कर complete करता है, right? And Saturn 30 साल में complete करता है. So you can know the difference. So there are so many things I keep on getting the downloads. Last few days में मेरे को और ज़्यादा downloads आए थे, पर मैंने note down नहीं किया, राइट. बट मेरे को लगा कि ये फ्राइड आइटम्स को, तंदूरी आइटम्स का आप लोगों को क्रेविंग बढ़ गया होगा ऑल ऑफ अ सडन खाने का, एंड यू हैव टू अवॉइड दोज फूड्स. ठीक है. एंड जो भी चीज देखो अवॉइड करना होता है ना, वो चीज डोनेट किया जा सकता है. आपको तले हुए नहीं खाने हैं, तले हुए चीज डोनेट कर दो. आपको तंदूरी आइटम्स नहीं खाना है, गेट द तंदूरी आइटम्स परचेज इन द मार्केट और मेक एट होम. घर में तो खैर तंदूर रखना अच्छा नहीं होता, यू नो दैट ऑल्सो आई लेट यू नो. पंजाबीज पीपल माइट हैव दिस हैबिट ऑफ tandoori items and tandoori things at home. But keeping a tandoor at home is, even if an energy level, if you see, you are concentrating the entire energy in a sort of a bucket. And खैर वो खैर आपको नहीं रखना है बस. ठीक है, घर में तंदूर नहीं रखना आपके लिए अच्छा होगा. होटल रेस्टोरेंट का बात अलग है. एट होम प्लीज डोंट कीप एनीथिंग लाइक अ तंदूर एट योर होम. Okay, and the things which I suggest not to do, those things can always be what you call avoided firstly and donated secondly. ठीक है. खुद मत करो, बांट दो दूसरों में. ठीक है, तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, अच्छा होगा. जैसे ब्लैक कलर बोलता हूँ मत पहनो, तो आप मत पहनो, लोगों को बांट दो. या फिर खुद पहनना भी हो तो अपने पैर के नीचे जूते या सॉक्स के रूप में पहनो. ठीक है. आई जस्ट बी रीडिंग आउट सम ऑफ द कमेंट्स, क्योंकि बहुत सारा बीच में छूट गया था. Hi, thank you for speaking in English. I was on my phone. I could not comment. So weird. Came to the computer. Now I can comment. Thank you. Uh, there are a few people from around the world. One was from Brazil. One is from US. US से Canada से तो sessions भी लिए हैं. People have taken sessions from US and Canada. Some people is in South Africa and in and around Asia. People are joining everyone. Every famous scientist at first made connections with universe, then they are capable of inventing something big. Yes, Pampa, exactly, you're true. So all the downloads, see, it's already there in the stars, right? It's already there in the universe, how mobile phone operates, how things go and all like that, right? Finally, the aeroplanes were also made seeing how the birds fly, their mechanism, you know. So exactly if you see the structure of how an aeroplane is created is exactly how, bird's body is there, you know they try to create in a similar way. Submarines are created seeing the body structure of water animals like whales, dolphins, and accordingly sharks. Accordingly, the submarines are created in a similar fashion. So knowledge is always there, created by the God, and we make fun of God that God don't know how to use Instagram. God might not have a Facebook profile. God might not have a YouTube channel. A lot of silly jokes. Fried items craving is increasing. You please avoid. Mm, I like everyday party and celebrate. My inner voice says, but I try once in a while. I don't feel like eating them as well as if now I'm feeling. No, you'll get this craving. See, whatever thing is I'm saying, no, it's like a blanket channeling for the year of 2023. It's not that it is happening for 1 day or 2 day or 1 week or so, and it has got nothing to do for the rest of the year. These things ye chalega entire year. You'll have this craving coming and going of having this deep fried oily foods, even masaledar foods. Okay, थर्ड एस्पेक्ट आई हैव स्किप दिस. आपको अगर आपने ऑयली एंड डीप फ्राइड आइटम्स इवन इफ यू अवॉइड, you will be having and deep interest of having a lot of spicy foods where a lot of spice will be used. That thing also you can confirm. If not now, later part of the year you'll have this craving of, like biryani, or what I should say, mostly बहुत ज़्यादा spices, तरह तरह का 10-20 टाइप के जिसमें स्पाइस यूज होता है, दो सॉर्ट ऑफ फूड आइटम्स विल हैव अ डीप क्रेविंग which you should avoid. you know Biryani khana is simple. Cook a simple biryani. Don't use a lot of spices because that will, all those things and cravings are happening to play with your energy. Universe is also, doing of something. So my just idea is to safeguard you people from falling into the trap. Yes, sir. You said, Preeti ji is saying, yes, sir, you said about Saturn number 8 and Goddess Kali worship for 2022. Even I forget यार what I tell. Okay, but बड़ी बड़ी चीजें मेरे को याद रहता है. Yeah, so to calm down Saturn, yes, I might have told Goddess Kali worship. Uh, Last year Saturn तो मैं धीरे धीरे औकात में धीरे धीरे से lesson सीख जाना है. Yes, Saturn is a planet which makes you a person out of you. Okay, because Saturn is a planet, is in sort of is seated at a throne like Game of Thrones. You can imagine. Okay, Saturn is the planet which is at the position of a judge, right? तो ब्रह्मांड के न्यायाधीश कहा जाता है उनको. Lord planet Saturn is considered as the universal judge, who gives the judgment day, as Lord Shiv is considered the Lord of destruction. So when Shiv has to do his task, his first favorite, people who will get this task done are like Lord Saturn, Lord यमराज. ओके, डेथ होगा तो उनका भी काम बढ़ेगा, असाइनमेंट्स बढ़ेंगे. ओके, so these are his wings. Okay, so Lord Saturn basically is a planet of destruction only, right? And because Saturn has the capacity of doing a massive destruction, you just validate these things on the internet. Okay, everything is there on the internet. Why Lord planet Saturn is called the planet of destruction? All the road accidents, if you see, all the road accidents, if you see historically in your city, in the world, anywhere, has happened on the date which adds up to number 8. Go and see. Okay, it's proven. All the major wars, all the major accidents has happened maximum of the time on this date only, where the date adds up to 8. Even when there was some attack happened at the Hotel Taj in Mumbai, it was on 26th of November, right? 26/11. So there are so many times number 8 has proven that number 8, you know, is governed by Lord planet Saturn and has the capacity to destroy life. And because it has a huge capacity to destroy things, so people or the mankind are not able to sustain that level of energy. So that's why it comes in a slow space and goes at a slow space, so that you can at least have a breather time with the kind of intensity this planet is bringing in your life. Else you will be chopped off. If you can imagine, planet Saturn was not a slow planet and its energy was just upon, consider a bucket of hot water just spilled over you in 2 seconds. You will die out of that hot water. Not, not a bucket, a drum or a gallon of hot water. If it spilled over you, hot boiling water, you will die instantly. But so you can consider Saturn as something, of a boiling hot water in a gallon or in a, maximum, sort of a thing, any container, that sort of. So instead of entirely एक पूरा गर्म बकेट का पानी आपके ऊपर डालने से अच्छा थोड़ा सा स्प्रिंकल करके छींटा मार के, शनि काम करता है. लिटिल बाय लिटिल, थोड़ा इधर डेंट लगा दिया, थोड़ा उधर डेंट कर दिया. सो फॉर प्लैनेट सैटर्न थोड़ा बहुत एक्सीडेंट, थोड़ा बहुत वॉर इज नथिंग. Planet Saturn is capable of, destroying Earth within few seconds. Okay, that sort of energy, because he has to pass on judgment, he has to do things quickly, but it is his kindness if we see, so it's his kindness that his energy comes in a very in a sprinkle, और थोड़ा थोड़ा करके आता है, एक बार में नहीं आता, नहीं तो कोई भी उसका सैटर्न का एनर्जी झेल नहीं पाएगा, राइट? You give examples so easy to understand. Thank you, Sadia. That's the core intention, that you guys are able to memorize. Like I told about the planet Saturn with a bucket of hot water. So anytime you imagine the kind of a situation, when planet Saturn is affected or anybody is getting into energy of Lord Saturn, you can imagine there's a bucket of hot water, hot, deep boiling water, and वो पूरा आने वाला है उसके ऊपर, पर अभी आया नहीं है, थोड़ा-थोड़ा करके छींटा आया है। तो अपना कर्म को ऐसा रखो कि जो बकेट में जो पानी गर्म है ना, मान लो इफ इट इज़ बॉइलिंग एट 200 डिग्री सेल्सियस, एट लीस्ट यू नो शनि lowers down its intensity to might be 50 degree Celsius, 40 degree Celsius, है ना? थोड़ा-सा जलेगा भी तो कम जलेगा। If your karam is good, the intensity will be less. If the karam is not good, entire hot boiling water, even if it comes in sprinkles, छींटे में आएंगे, फिर भी आपके लिए सहना मुश्किल होगा। अ, हमारे घर में तंदूर नहीं, आई वाज नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट यू हरनीत। I never even told that कि आपके घर में तंदूर है। I just told that most of the Punjabi family are fond of having tandoori items, so it's better to avoid these tandoori items for this year. Okay. And secondly, अगर खाने का भी मन करे तो कम खाओ, बाहर जाके खाओ। Don't install a tandoor at your home. It is one of a vastu dosh also, and for me, as an energy level, it's sort of a what you called एनर्जी दोष ऑल्सो, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड सिंपली, है ना? उसको रखने का अलावा हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, शिवलिंग को घर में मत रखो, इसीलिए इट्स अ वेरी हाईली प्रेस्टिजियस थिंग कि शिवलिंग मेरे घर में है, इससे अच्छा चीज और क्या हो सकता है ना? इट इट शोज द कॉन्साइज कॉम्पैक्ट फॉर्म ऑफ यूनिवर्स, बट आई ऑलवेज टेल, चाहे कुछ भी हो लाइफ में, शिवलिंग घर में मत लाओ, और लाओगे तो फिर डेली बेसिस में उसको वर्शिप करो, डेली बेसिस में जल डालो, राइट? क्योंकि उसमें एनर्जी इतना आ रहा होगा ना, आपको उसमें रोज उसमें जल डाल के उसमें नहीं करोगे, मुश्किल होगा। नाउ समवन हैज कंफर्म्ड, यस, स्पाइसी थिंग्स, राइट? सो स्पाइसी थिंग्स के क्रेविंग आपको बढ़ेगा, बहुत ज्यादा मसाले वाले चीजें लाइक बिरयानी या चाट। चाट में भी थोड़ा कम मसाला, चाट तो बेसिकली खट्टा होता है, राइट? बट बहुत ज़्यादा स्पाइसी वाला चीज़, बिरयानी इज़ वन थिंग व्हिच कमिंग ऑन माय माइंड, बट देयर कैन बी अदर कचौड़ी और अदर थिंग्स। मेरे मुँह में पानी आ गया यार बोलते-बोलते। आप लोग भी तो कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट करो, कुछ ऐसा फूड आइटम्स का नाम बोलो ना जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा स्पाइस मसाला यूज़ किया जाता हो, राइट? लाइक बटर चिकन, और क्या होता है, लाइक दो सॉर्ट ऑफ थिंग्स बेसिकली, राइट? जिसमें खड़ी मसाले यूज़ किया जाता है, जिसमें बहुत सारा स्पाइसेस का इस्तेमाल होता है, गरम मसाले होते हैं। यस, यस, टुडे इटसेल्फ आई हैव बिरयानी। चलो, साल के शुरुआत में समवन इज़ गेटिंग इनटू दिस एनर्जी ऑफ बिरयानी। सर, एक्सीडेंट्स हैपन ऑन 8, ये मैंने भी नोटिस किया है, राइट? सो दैट इज़ हाउ यू कैन वैलिडेट। जो भी मैं बोलता हूँ ज़रूरी नहीं है कि यू हैव टू एग्री ऑन इट, गो एंड वैलिडेट। Because I have spent most of the time reading energies, pondering upon things, how things work like that, how not like that, why this. So I'll tell you one of the very beautiful thing. Uh, you know, Once someone asked me, "Sir, you do this birth energy analysis. I'm also a numerologist. I have also learned numerology, and I have the certificate of numerology, something like that." I said, "Okay, good, congratulations, very good. How do you do, birth energy analysis by the photo and date of birth of a person and suggest remedies? Please tell me. Might be numerological method, no? We know I have done and all." So I told her, see, if there would have been a way or a technique, I would have no problem to share with you guys also, right? But there isn't a way or a technique in how I do the birth energy analysis and get the remedies for the people. When I do your birth energy analysis, I basically ask for your photograph, latest one, and your date of birth. I write down your date of birth on a paper or mentally and see your photo and just connect to your numbers, which is spread in your date of birth and your photo, and start talking to it. Okay. I start talking to those numbers. So whatever that number starts talking to me in that way, I do the birth energy analysis, and at the same time I get connected to the divine source also who helps me to do the session. Okay, as simple as that. Now, how can I guide you guys to talk to numbers or to talk to a photograph which you guys might have is sending to me, sharing with me? Like, किसी का फोटो आया, चलो आपको मैं बर्थ एनर्जी एनालिसिस आपको भी सिखा देता हूँ। आप सामने वाले का फोटो लो और उससे बात करो, ठीक है ना? आप उसका डेट ऑफ बर्थ को कागज में लिखो और नंबर से बात करो। So it will be very difficult for you guys to understand, but that's how it's done every time, right? And many people have got benefited from it. So now these are God gifts, sir. I have not, done anything as such. टैरो कार्ड तो मैंने ऐसे सीखा कि टैरो लेके I just touched Ma Kali, saying that tarot card is a form of a Ma Tara only. So, and I visited Tarapet temple, and that's it. I told Ma I have to do tarot cards, so just bless me. आप ये cards में आ जाइए, and I have to learn tarot. And I started shuffling the cards and checking the energy level. And I asked the other twin flames also. They told exactly, sir. That's how things are, right? That's how I learned tarot. So my things are very different, and that's how I have learned things. So Sadia is saying beef curry. You should not be telling those things here. Many people, uh, you know, worship here cow and these animals. Okay, and we worship to extent that we consider cow as not only an animal but also a form of mother, because cows milk not only feeds their own calf or babies but also feeds you, feeds the entire family, entire society. You make n number of items from that milk. Okay, so that's the reason why cow is considered a mother, and nobody kills one's mother. So although you might be having it as a your thing, but I would urge you, not to mention things because that might hurt the emotional sentiment of many people, who believe and trust, uh, have, even there's a spiritual connection with cow. Okay, so सर छोले भटूरे खा सकते हैं क्या? आप खाने के लिए कुछ भी खा सकते हो सीमा जी, आपको मेरे से पूछने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। मेरा सिर्फ़ इतना कहना है, व्हाइल यू आर चूज़िंग योर फूड आइटम्स, अवॉइड दिस सॉर्ट ऑफ आइटम्स so that there is a justice to your energy. The more you choose highly spicy foods, महीने में एक आधा बार खाने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। इवन बिरयानी और इवन तंदूरी आइटम्स once in a month, twice in a month, even three times in a month, not a big thing. But you are the kind of energy this year will bring in will be as such that you will have this, temptation to eat again and again. और ज़्यादा खाओ, और ज़्यादा तंदूर के आइटम्स है ना, और ज़्यादा पनीर सीख कबाब and tandoori chicken, whatsoever is cooked in tandoors, Amritsari naan, all those sort of items, आपका craving बढ़ेगा। आपका क्रेविंग बढ़ेगा कि आप और ज़्यादा मसालेदार खाना खाएँ। बिरयानी एक बार खाने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं। इवन फ्रॉम हेल्थ पर्सपेक्टिव, the kind of calorie content that biryani would have, not an issue in having a biryani once in a month, you know, or even pizza. क्या कोई फ़र्क नहीं। But if you eat it daily ना, and this year will give an energy to have that craving on a repetitive basis. बार-बार खाने को मन करेगा, जल्दी-जल्दी खाने को मन करेगा। So don't do that because that's a trap that universe is, setting onto you. So better don't fall into the trap. Okay. यस, मुझे तो बहुत ज़्यादा पकोड़े खाने में मन किया और खाया भी बहुत, 3-4 पिंपल भी आ गए। वाह! ग्रेट। So is there an equation, Miss Priyanka Chaudhary, that कितना पकोड़ा खाने में कितना पिंपल आता है? You might have developed a theory also by now. सर 5 पकोड़े खाता हूँ तो 1 पिंपल आता है, 10 पकोड़े खाता हूँ तो 2 आता है। हुँ, बिकॉज़ आई हैव रिटन 3-4 पिंपल आ गए। सर माँ काली के बारे में भी बताइए ना प्लीज़। ओह माय गॉड रूपाली, you always love to listen to these sort of things ना। माँ काली के बारे में क्या बताऊँ यार? And yes, one bad news for you, Rupali, because last time you told that speak something on Guru. है ना? I also want to speak something on Guru. Recent reels in Trinetra you have seen posts are only dedicated to Guru only, you know. But point is that when I'm doing the live session or these recordings, I need to have that sort of a audience also, no? And last time also I told you I see this audience are at not that much matured that where I talk about guru. Guru is a very sensitive term. Ma Kali is a very sensitive, although Ma Kali I can talk, not an issue, but guru I would still not touch, because वो कहते हैं ना कि माँ बाप ने तो सिर्फ आपको जन्म दिया, बट गुरु की वजह से आपका कर्म मिला, गुरु की वजह से आपको भाग्य मिला, गुरु की वजह से आपको रास्ता मिला. So Guru can play the role of your father, mother, and a teacher also. But your father might not be in a position to play the role of a mother, or your mother might not be in play the role of a father, or your father, mother both cannot be in a position to play the role of a guru. Okay. Very lucky are the ones who get all these things, in their parents only. They get a best friend, they get their guru, they get their father, mother, all in one person at home only. They are the most lucky ones. The way Rishi Munis and sages used to grow their children, they used to get all the spiritual knowledge also from the same person, right? Guru Dronacharya and Asatthama, for an example. So Asatthama was a son also of Guru Dronacharya and was the disciple also of Guru Dronacharya. He learned the art of fighting from Guru Dronacharya. But one day Aswathama went and asked Guru Dron that you have taught so many things to Arjun, but you are not teaching me those skill set. Why is it like that, father? Why are you discriminating even with your own son? Right? So Guru Dronacharya told, see, son, you are my son and I love you very much as a son, right? Nobody can take that place. But as a disciple, as a student, Arjun is my favorite, and you are even not there. So that's the reason why I love Arjun the most, and I spend most of the time with him. I, try to teach him many things which I avoid with the other prince, in the same, classroom. So that happens obviously, right? So even at the guru level also na they check that what kind of people are ready to take on that information or take on that skill set that guru has developed. Again, on that note, I tell you guys every time, please don't consider me as a guru or to expect me to work as a guru. But many things that I try to teach you guys or put a track onto is similar to what a guru would have done to guys. So on that note, I'll tell you, Instagram recently, I have started with a close or special friends group sort of thing at on the stories line. So I'll be sharing some sort of information as and when I get the downloads only to those sort of people whom I feel that have been loyal and sincere with this channel since it has started. And in coming days, I would like to do those live sessions only with certain group of people. भले दो लोग join करे, पांच लोग join करे, but I'll keep this live session link very much private. I will conduct only with those people, because मेरे को वैसे भी मास के साथ उतना ज़्यादा engagement का कोई शौक नहीं है. people believe in increasing followers, and I believe in decreasing followers. I want to have quality 5, 10 people, 100 people better than having those people. I'll say that I have 1 lakh followers or 10,000 followers, and काम के कितने हैं कोई भी नहीं. So it's no use. Rather than that, quality people who are serious about spiritualism, who are serious about their even twin flame journey, who want to know many things. So I keep on experiment on myself. You guys might be knowing many of the yogi things, many of the uh, tantra thing. I keep on practicing on myself. And there are so many things which I want to share with those set of people. But unless and until I have that share of a audience, I would not like to speak on some of the topics. I would like to avoid. So, एंड यस, माँ काली के बारे में आपने बोला तो मैं देखता हूँ, बाकी क्वेश्चंस लेने के बाद माँ काली के बारे में कुछ बात कर लेंगे. आज मुझे हो रहा है हेड पेन एंड आपकी आवाज़ सुन के रिलैक्स हूँ. थैंक यू प्रियंका. I don't know if you are there in Instagram or not. If you are not there, yes, I would urge everyone who is listening live over here and who would be listening to the recordings later on that please do join the Instagram family. Okay, boy or a girl doesn't matter to me, young, old doesn't matter to me. I just look at your dedication or your energy level, how much uh, you guys are serious about getting ahead in life. And at Instagram, the inputs, the contents, and the interaction are at a very different level compared to YouTube being an open channel, I have to have a bit of and it's to get in touch in YouTube is also very difficult, right? At Instagram, you can just write a question to me and I'll just give it a reply to you on a message box and share it with other people also instantly. But in YouTube it's not possible, right? You can go and ask something on the community post, and again if I share on the community post, only those people will, it is very difficult. Instagram provides a very quick and instant access. The way we see our WhatsApp messages or the way we see our SMS messages, Instagram provides that, right? So I will urge every one of you to join the Instagram family. Just because you send an Instagram family joining request doesn't mean that I will welcome every one of you. You have to be genuine. I don't like anyone who is a boy and pretending to be a girl, or anyone girl who is pretending to be a boy, you know, or those sort of things. So many times it has happened that I've asked people that, instantly send a voice clip. Last time एक लड़का था, I asked that boy, send a voice clip. He sent immediately. I joined him within 1 minute. And there are some times I ask, please send a voice clip. Or if further, I don't get to the energy, I'd ask for the photograph also. So sometimes, people think that might be this guy has other intentions, or might be he will invade in my privacy, कल मेरे घर तक ही आ जाएगा, इसलिए मेरे से वॉइस क्लिप मांग रहा है, इसलिए मेरे से फोटो मांग रहा है. तो इतना कंफ्यूजन है आप लोगों को, तो फिर मत ही आओ, आप लोग को मैं डालूंगा ही नहीं, है ना. एंड दोज हु वंस अनफॉलो this Instagram group, I'll not join them back also out of any XYZ reason. Some valid reason, हाँ seriously आपसे unfollow हो गया था, it's fine, I can understand. But impulsively सर दब गया था, गलती से हो गया था, मूड किया, है ना, तो वो कोई ढाबा नहीं है, कोई पब्लिक पार्क नहीं है. एनी टाइम यू कैन कम देयर एंड टेक अ स्ट्रॉल, है ना. घूम लिया, फिर लिया, खाया पिया, चना खाया, मूंगफली फेंक दिया, चल दिया, ऐसा नहीं. Together Divines is very much special and very much, emotionally on those grounds when I was giving the hope to even live. मैंने पास्ट में भी इंस्टाग्राम के लाइव में लास्ट टाइम ये चीज शेयर किया है. when I had hope, lost all hope and I was on the verge of dying, you know uh, you know lost all these ambitions to do anything in life. At that point of time I created Together Divines with an intention to help other people also who are at the similar stage, right? And I have helped also many people. I have helped free of cost, but as human nature goes, those people whom I helped free of cost never turned back and uh, been in connection. And those guys whom I have charged fees, they are still, looking up to me, and in, stayed with the channel. So that's the reason why I've stopped this giving free also. And जिन्होंने बोला था as a pay later scheme also, I told not an issue. Many guys, I told, you don't have cash, not an issue. I'm not here for money also. I'm giving you my time, right? You pay me later. Entire 2022 gone by, they did not pay me. पूरा साल भर में आपके पास क्या 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 रुपए भी नहीं होते देने के लिए? ऐसा तो नहीं है, बट दिया नहीं आपने। एंड बिकॉज ऑफ यू गाइज, इफ यू गाइज हैपन टू लिसन, ओके, नाम में अभी भी आप लोगों को बोल सकता हूँ, ठीक है, बट खैर आने वाले अगले सेशन में आप लोगों का नाम भी मैं बोल दूंगा, ठीक है। अब वो मेरे से भी ज्यादा इतना बर्दाश्त नहीं होता आप लोगों का ये सब दिखावा। नाम आप लोग डिवाइन डिवाइन नाम रखते हो, है ना, आप लोग भगवान के डीपीज लगाते हो, बात करते हो बड़े बड़े, एंड आप लोग को जब कहीं सहारा नहीं मिलता, कहीं बात करने को नहीं हो रहा था, आपने मेरे को नॉक किया, है ना। आउट ऑफ देम वन ऑफ द पर्सन वाज फ्रॉम पंजाब ओनली, शी वाज अ वुमन, एंड आई वाज नॉट लेटिंग हर जॉइन द इंस्टाग्राम, सो शी स्टार्टेड सेइंग मी ब्रदर, नहीं आप भाई जैसे हो, मेरे भाई, मेरे को प्लीज मेरे को जो है ना आप कर दो, मेरे को गाइड कर दो, ये है वो है ना, आई एम हैविंग दिस इश्यूज, कार्मिक है, ये है। एंड आफ्टर दैट I took a session last December around when she was completely hopeless. And अभी का December हो गया, अभी तक she did not even pay, even after reminders. है ना। तो आप लोगों की वजह से क्या हो रहा है ना, that other people who genuinely want that help, I have stopped giving help because I have lost the trust and faith कि नहीं, सामने वाले को अगर बोलूँ कि बाद में देना, तो एक एक साल बाद में भी आके कोई मुड़ के नहीं देता है। So because of you guys, other people who might genuinely be in a financial crisis and genuinely needing the session, I won't be doing it. And because of that, your blunder, आप लोगों के ब्लंडर की वजह से अगर किसी को मदद नहीं मिलती है ना, वाकई में जेन्युइनली किसी के पास हो सकता है ऐसे इश्यूज, फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस, पर मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं। आप बोलो ना मैं बाद में दूंगा, कोई आप बोलो सर 2 साल बाद दूंगा, नॉट एन इशू। पर 2 साल बोले हो, 2 साल बाद जाके दे दो यार, मेरे को बार बार कहना ना पड़े। इमीडिएटली मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, ऊपर वाले का दिया इतना कुछ है ना कि मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, ये सब चीज़ों से करना भी नहीं। पर आप लोगों की वजह से जो मैं बंद कर दिया हूँ ना, सो एक जो कर्मदोषी कह लीजिए कि आप लोगों का हरकतों की वजह से जो है ना, जो जेन्युइन लोग हैं हू नीड्स हेल्प, आई एम नॉट बीइंग एबल टू you know invest time and energy to those people because of you guys who been a defaulter in paying back what you owed, right? नहीं तो आप बोलो कौन सा बंदा, कौन सा इन्फ्लुएंसर आज के डेट में वर्ल्ड में, एक नाम बता दो जो एक क्लोज ग्रुप मेंटेन करके रखता है। There might be a close group influencer also, not an issue, but even in that close group, the amount of content that I have created in Instagram is much better, much more than the content which is created in YouTube, right? Nobody does that because as an influencer also, everybody are money minded only, पैसा ही कमाना है, पैसा सब कुछ करना है। मेरा वैसा इंटेंशन होता तो मैं सारा कंटेंट जो मैं इंस्टाग्राम में क्रिएट करता हूँ ना, मैं यहाँ पे कर रहा होता। सारे जो क्वेश्चन आंसर राउंड इंस्टाग्राम में रात दिन चलते रहता है ना, वो यूट्यूब में हो रहा होता, राइट? पर ऐसा नहीं है, इंस्टाग्राम में मैक्सिमम चीज़ें आप देखो, जितने क्वेश्चंस के वहाँ पे आंसर्स वगैरह हैं, जितने वहाँ पे इंटरैक्शंस हैं, जितने पोस्ट्स हैं, उतना तो यूट्यूब में होता भी नहीं। एंड दैट इज़ अ क्लोज़ ग्रुप, नॉट एवरीवन इज़ गिवन एक्सेस टू जॉइन दैट ग्रुप, राइट? So my intention of helping out people or to keep you in this track of spiritualism and soul ascension is a quite different than other people who are running after money to prove their worth to you guys. एंड आप लोग अगर इसमें ना भी आओ तो मेरे को घंटा कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है। गुरुदेव हैं, गुरु मंत्र है, कहीं भी हो, कुछ भी हो, अकेला, है ना। मैं वैसे तो अकेला ही रहता हूँ, एवरीबडी नोज दिस फैक्ट ऑल्सो, राइट? तो मेरे को ये सब चीज़ें ना, फॉलोवर्स, ये फलाना ढिमकाना, जब पीपल माइट बी से ना कि सर मैं आपको अनफॉलो कर रहा हूँ, भाई शौक से जाइए, दरवाजा खुला है। वो धमकी आप किसी दूसरे चैनल को जाके दीजिएगा कि सर मैं अनफॉलो कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपको ब्लॉक कर रहा हूँ, अरे भाई शौक से जाइए, हमको जरूरत भी नहीं है आपकी, ठीक है। तो आई एम ऑफ अ वेरी डिफरेंट पर्सन, पीपल वर्क टू गेन फॉलोअर्स कि मेरे कैसे फॉलोअर्स बढ़े, है ना। आई एम देयर टू रिड्यूस द फॉलोअर्स, कैसे मेरे फॉलोअर्स घटे, मैं रात दिन ऐसे ऐसे जो है ना आप लोगों की ईगो पॉइंट्स को रात दिन पे इसीलिए पिंच करते रहता हूँ ताकि आप लोग को पिंच हो और आप ग्रुप छोड़ के चले जाओ। क्योंकि आप में अगर इतना ईगो है तो वहां रह के भी क्या करना है भाई। आप बाकियों के एनर्जी को भी हैम्पर कर रहे हो ना। आप अपना एनर्जी ईगो को कहीं और जाके दिखाओ, घर में दिखाओ, अपने हस्बैंड को दिखाओ, अपने बच्चों को दिखाओ, अपने बॉयफ्रेंड को दिखाओ। मैं क्यों झेलूं आपका ईगो? मैंने कौन सा उधारी लेके रखा है ना? अगर किसी में ईगो नहीं है तो वैसा ऑडियंस मेरे को मिले ना। त्रिनेत्र को भी मैंने क्लोज ग्रुप करके इसी कारण से मैंने त्रिनेत्र को ओपन कर दिया, सो दैट देयर एटलीस्ट आई विल गेट दो सॉर्ट ऑफ ऑडियंस वेयर आई कैन एक्चुअली स्पीक ऑन स्पिरिचुअलिज्म एंड विल हैव नो इश्यू, right? Because there might be people, who are actually serious about spiritualism, will join. तो मैंने उसको भी ओपन कर दिया अभी, ताकि वैसे ऑडियंस तो आए तो फ्यूचर में लाइव वहां करूंगा, है ना? तो वहाँ थोड़ा जो है ना आई एक्सपेक्ट दैट कि ऐसे लोग आए जब मैं जो है ना ये सब बात करूं तो वहां से भी ऐसे इंटरेक्शंस हो एंड लोग समझे, जो कि यहाँ मेरे को अभी मैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे तो आधे से ज्यादा लोग तो वो गर्लफ्रेंड बॉयफ्रेंड उसी में फंसे हुए, इलू इलू वाला टाइप का जो है वो, तो बस उसी में लव प्यार मोहब्बत, बस सर, यूनियन यूनियन यूनियन। Today only someone was asking me in Instagram, sir, are you in physical union with your twin flame? Sir, ये union क्या है? So I told her, see, ये physical union वाला बात इतना ज्यादा important क्यों है? Why is it so much glorified to have a physical union with a twin flame? Did Krishna and Radha ever come into physical union? No. Once Krishna left Vrindavan, he never came back to Radha. It was sort of a cheat also he did to Radha, that I will, never play the flute because एक बार बांसुरी बजा देता हूँ तो गोपियां आके मेरे को घेर लेती है एंड तुमको पसंद नहीं है तो मैं बांसुरी बजाना बंद कर दूंगा. Krishna gave his flute to Radha and went on to do his sole purpose for which he had landed on earth. But even after that, he went on and married 16,108 females and he did not marry one Radha. So he was not in a physical union with Radha, but anytime, any moment, anytime you hear the story of Lord Krishna and Radha, any anecdote, every time it is proved that Radha and Krishna were always together. इसको चोट लगती तो उसको असर होता, उसको मार होता तो ये रो पड़ता, एंड ऐसे टाइप के आपको चीजें मिलेगा बिकॉज दे वर इन not separate with each other. Only in physical form, people saw that Radha is here and Krishna is there. Okay, but in energetic level both were so much combined to each other that they were not separate from each other. So separation is an illusion after all, which you guys have uh, seen. If you are actually dealing with a twin flame, that your twin flame is within you only, and your energy is already in your twin flame's body. So how you guys are separate? और अगर आप लोग separate हो ही नहीं, then where comes this question of union? फिर तो यूनियन का बात है ही नहीं. यूनियन तब होगा ना जब आप अलग हो, देन इट इज अ थिंग कि ओके यूनियन करेंगे, दो चीज को लाएंगे, एप्पल और ऑरेंज को लाके रखेंगे. भाई आप भी एप्पल हो, वो भी एप्पल है. उस एप्पल का एक साइड, एक टुकड़ा काट के गॉड ने इधर रख दिया, है ना? एक टुकड़ा काट के वहां रख दिया. तो उस एप्पल में भी वही चीज है जो आपके अंदर है, आप में भी वही चीज है जो उसके अंदर है, राइट? तो most of the guys are only in body consciousness. Sorry to say this thing, but आप लोगों ने प्रूव कर दिया है टाइम एंड अगेन विद द काइंड ऑफ चॉइस ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट यू गाइस आस्क मी अगेन एंड अगेन. सर यूनियन एंड फिजिकल यूनियन एंड रोमांस एंड बच्चा एंड शादी एंड फलाना ढिमकाना विद योर ट्विन फ्लेम. तो भाई करो फिर यही सब, है ना? तो टुगेदर डिवाइन्स में मैक्सिमम ऐसे लोग जुड़ गए हैं. तो अब मैं क्या करूं? तो वो लोग भी हैं अपने स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी में, आज नहीं तो कल दे विल रियलाइज ऑल दिस थिंग्स एंड फाइनली गेट इनटू ट्रू कोर स्पिरिचुअलिज्म. पर तब तक नहीं तो तब तक फिर, है ना, वही लोग हैं जो भी हैं, क्या करें, राइट? सो एनीवेज, लेट्स रीड अदर फर्दर क्वेश्चंस. आज मुझे थोड़ा सा हेड पेन हो रहा है, आपकी आवाज सुनकर रिलैक्स हो गया. थैंक यू प्रियंका. लव योर सेल्फ, व्हाट्स योर नेम? लव योर सेल्फ, प्लीज टेल योर एक्चुअल नेम. I don't know. Hello. I'm sorry those things didn't come to my mind at that time. So that is what, see, Sadia, whatever you wrote, the kind of food that you like, but you know that, people worship cow, and, talking about beef would not be a good thing at this platform because most of guys are from India only and those are Hindu. So this is a kind of hint to you guys, to all, everyone who is listening, that सब लोग बोलते हैं ना सर स्पिरिचुअलिज्म स्पिरिचुअलिज्म, है ना? टाइम काफी हो चुका है तो स्पिरिचुअलिज्म के ऊपर कभी बाद में बात करेंगे, इट्स अ सेपरेट थिंग। बट और आज वैसे भी मेरे को स्पिरिचुअलिज्म के ऊपर ही बात करने का मन था, एंड दैट टू विद अ स्केच एंड नोट एंड एवरीथिंग। बट वो फिर वो उसके लिए फिर लैपटॉप यूज करना पड़ता है, लैपटॉप यूज करने के लिए फिर वो सॉफ्टवेयर डालना पड़ता है, बड़ा हेक्टिक है, तो मैंने उसको स्किप कर दिया नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए। शॉर्ट में बता रहा हूँ, आप लोग जो स्पिरिचुअलिज्म एंड एवरीथिंग के लिए जो इतना वर्क कर रहे हो ना, व्हाट इज स्पिरिचुअलिज्म इज when you are aware at the present moment, okay, that time you start becoming spiritual when your awareness level rises, right? If your consciousness enough कि आपके क्या बोलने से सामने वाले का क्या असर होता है, आपका क्या बॉडी लैंग्वेज से सामने वाले को क्या होता है, सामने वाला क्या कर रहा है और क्यों कर रहा है, you are spiritual already, you know, you're already in a meditation state. I am talking to you guys and in my mind मेरा क्या चल रहा है ना, अभी कब सेशन खत्म होगा और मैं जाके एक मूवी देखूंगा, यू नो, कब सेशन खत्म होगा, आई विल गो एंड यू नो टॉक टू समवन whom I like to talk. So I am not in a meditative state, I am not, you know, in a state of complete awareness, because I am thinking many things, to मैं future में जी रहा हूँ, you know, I am planning something for my future, that after this session I'll be doing this parallelly, you know. So becoming spiritual is one of the, you know, easiest ways, becoming aware of what is happening to you, what is happening to others, what is happening to things around, being energy conscious and be knowing that आपके क्या करने या ना करने से क्या होता है या क्या नहीं होता है आस पड़ोस में, है ना? एंड अगर आप इतना नहीं कर सकते तो ठीक है, सबसे कट ऑफ करके अपना एक एनर्जी को मेंटेन करके आप अपने में ही बैठिए और एंड अपना कॉन्शियस हो जाइए कि दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई empaths are a way ahead spiritual than other people. It's not that every person fucking, you know, born on this earth is a spiritual being. सोल है, बॉडी है तो स्पिरिचुअल है, यू नो, एवरी टॉम डिक एंड हैरी, डॉग, कैट, एनिमल, इंसेक्ट, कीड़े मकोड़े सब स्पिरिचुअल है इन माय व्यू। बट when you are aware of क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, क्या खाना चाहिए क्या नहीं खाना चाहिए, क्या पीना चाहिए क्या नहीं पीना चाहिए, क्या बोलना चाहिए क्या नहीं, है ना, when you are aware of क्या करने से सही होता है, ठीक है, वो छोटी छोटी चीजें आपको स्पिरिचुअल बनाती है एक्चुअली। वो बड़ी बड़ी बातें नहीं कि यार मैं यूट्यूब वीडियोस देखता हूँ, मैं भगवत गीता पढ़ता हूँ, मैं कुरान पढ़ता हूँ, मैं बाइबल पढ़ता हूँ, आई गो टू द चर्च, यू नो, आई डू द फास्टिंग एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स डोंट मेक यू स्पिरिचुअल. It's a different matter of fact that spiritual people do such things, you know. Spiritual people, once you get on spiritual and you like visiting the temples, you like, you know, doing the prayers, that's a separate thing. But those things do not make you spiritual unless and until you are complete aware of what is happening to you and what is happening to things around you, right? The moment you start becoming cautious, and that's the reason why empath people are more spiritual than the other lot, reason because they are more sensitive, you know. आपका दुख में empath can be दुखी, you know, आपका सुख में empath can be सुखी. Empath people can, you know, be happiness, can feel the happiness in your happiness. You get a job offer, you know, get an achievement, might be your close friends, close relatives might be jealous of you, but an empath, if you have in your circle, would be genuinely happy for you because that person can feel your happiness, you know. You can have 10 many people in a friend circle, but when you share something of your pain area, मेरे को ये तकलीफ है ये, you know, सामने वाला, the other person not in a position to understand you, comprehend you, और जो भी कर रहा है दिखावा कर रहा है, बाहर बाहर से कर रहा है, but an empath is in a position to understand, not only understand but feel the pain, you know. One of the reason why I'm very selected about my you know, people with whom I take the sessions or these, because if you are having that, you know, some physical pain also in your body, if I connect to you at a length of time, I will start, you know, having that physical pain, which I don't want to, you know. That's the reason why I'm very much selective about you know, audience base also. But on the whole, being aware of the situation as such is a first and the foremost step. So that's why when you get into spiritualism, when you get into meditation, You live in the present moment, right? You go with the flow, and you are aware of the things around. You are aware of the energy with the people around. Anytime you go to take a meditation session with anyone in the world, you might be paying thousands of lakhs of rupees. Okay. But what you learn in that meditation session, first thing that person will say is that be conscious of your breath. The daily activity, what we are doing 24 by 7, we are breathing in and breathing out, but we are not conscious of what we are breathing, right? Even if I am dissipating this knowledge to you guys, doesn't mean that I am always in that state. When I forget, I try to come to that state, right? And all the yogis, all the Himalayan yogis, all the people who have got those spiritual gifts in their life just started and majorly only working on their breath work. Deep breathing in, deep breathing out, giving that breath a complete cycle to, get into a body, full lungs in, full lungs out. If you're aware of how you are breathing, you are already, I suppose, more than 90%, more than 80% already spiritual, right? So, care that I, usually, talk in a very length whenever I want to explain things. That's how I meant to say how you need to be aware of even the smallest of the thing which is happening with you. Breath is a very natural phenomena and a very common thing. Nobody might even realize that what you are doing is breathing. But if you're conscious of how you are breathing, you know, and how you should be breathing, your job is done. You're already on the track of, meditation. You're already on the track of being a spiritual person, right? Can you show yourself? Why should you see myself, dear? यहाँ खाने की बात हो रही है, आपके गुरु कौन है? मैं अब आपको क्यों बताऊं? आप अपना नाम तक सही नहीं बता रहे हो। लव योर सेल्फ, आपने ऐसा नाम रखा है, आप मेरे गुरु के बारे जानना चाहते हैं। टू ऑल दोज पीपल हु वांट टू नो अबाउट माय गुरु, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आई हैव कीप kept the identity of my guru hidden, because I suppose मेरे में उतने औकात है नहीं कि मैं अपने गुरुओं के बारे में बताऊं। क्योंकि हो सकता है किसी दिन आप लोग आके ये बात बोल दो, सर यू आर अ ड्रिंकर, यू आर अ स्मोकर, है ना? क्योंकि आपके कई लोगों का कॉन्शियसनेस लेवल इतना ही होगा, अच्छा दारू पीता है तो ये बंदा स्पिरिचुअल कैसे हो सकता है ना? ये बंदा ऐसे स्पिरिचुअलिज्म का बात करता है, साला अपना एक एडिक्शन तो नहीं हटा पा रहा, है ना? अपना ये सब बकवास के चलते चलते ना आप लोग मेरा गुरु का भी बेइज्जती कर दोगे, जो मैं सहन नहीं कर पाऊंगा। आप मेरा जितना करना है करो, मेरे को उससे घंटा कुछ फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता। ना मैं आप लोगों से रेस्पेक्ट का उम्मीद करता हूँ, ना किसी से प्यार मोहब्बत पप्पी और झप्पी का उम्मीद करता हूँ, ठीक है? बट गुरु के बारे में बताएंगे तो मैं आपा खो दूंगा अपना, मैं बर्दाश्त से बाहर हूँगा, एंड उसके बाद में क्या करूंगा, शायद वो एक स्पिरिचुअल आदमी से आप लोग एक्सपेक्ट करोगे भी नहीं कि वैसा करें। दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई आई डोंट शेयर द डिटेल्स ऑफ माय गुरु। बट on a whole, I'll tell you the class or the breed with which I belong and with which we are connected. So basically जो गुरु पद्धति प्रणाली है in Hinduism is divided into two. One is the Vaishnav, Vaishnav Sampradaya, the Krishna consciousness people, ISKCON temple, all those people are associated with, Vaishnav Sampradaya, and their ultimate guru leads to Lord Vishnu. Another sort of a, Guru Shishya Parampara is the Shaiv Paddhati, where all the Siddh, all the Rishi Munis, the Sapta Rishis, to whom Lord Shiv, Lord Mahadev, dissipated his knowledge as a disciple, and the Nath Sampradaya, Guru Gorakhnath, Guru Machendranath, Guru Dattatreya, all these lead up to Lord Mahadev, Shiv, right? So वैष्णव और शैव में मेरा जो गुरु शिष्य परंपरा है वो शैव पद्धति में है। तो लॉर्ड शिव इज माय गुरु, अल्टीमेट गुरु, है ना? एंड इसी गुरु शिष्य परंपरा के फैमिली सिस्टम में मेरे गुरुदेव भी हैं, राइट? एंड एक और इंटरेस्टिंग चीज आप लोगों को चलो लगे हाथ बता देता हूँ, दैट आई हैव नॉट मेट माय गुरु इन फिजिकल फॉर्म टिल नाउ, but still I get the guidance and everything from him, right? तो आप लोग ये सोचते रहिए ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है, बट ऐसा भी होता है। ठीक है। ओके। कैन यू एक्सप्लेन द स्टोरी ऑफ कृष्णा एंड राधा दैट यू सेड दैट they never finished in union? Yes, we can tell the true ones and the false ones. True ones feel the true ones, but twin flame journey are so much powerful together. Union should happen. That's the natural state. Maybe Krishna and Radha story they are explaining not really the true one. Jesus and Magdalena were together even if it was quite a tough life. I suppose if I can add you as a guest, it would be. So it has to be mutual, because if I talk about Krishna and Radha, I can do it, but that would be a one way. You can also tell about Jesus Christ and this, because I'm unaware of that part of the story. I agree. That's why once I was even scared to breath. Regarding what, Sadia? The apple talk reminds me of a golden apple dream that I saw. Okay, share me a bite also of that golden apple. Oh, what kind of a golden? Literally golden apple, or apple which was golden in color? आवाज नहीं आ रही है, आ गई। आपका इंटरनेट डाउन होगा। That's it, right? So I suppose the questions have been answered, and the topics have been covered. Because I'm not doing the live session in a structured format. So जैसे जैसे the flow of thing. Yes, you can join. I've sent you the link. Okay. And please mention your country also, from which country you are. Or you might have told, I might have not have read your messages. I don't know. Spiritual journey is not a cakewalk for everyone. Yeah. The faint-hearted people can't even do this spiritual journey. It's very hard, very tough. But once you get the what you call once you get the guidance and the blessings of your guru, then spiritual journey becomes very easy, very simple. So many people come and tell me, sir, you should not be talking like that, you should not be doing like that, you should not be doing and things like that. My spiritual journey is my own. You concentrate on your journey, what you are gaining, what you are not gaining from life. Okay, my guru, I am from nowhere. I am from South France and I am origin Spanish. Why don't you join live, madam? Because I have shared you the link over Instagram. You can join live. It would be a pleasure to have you here, you know, to have someone from across the globe. France. Who was on the World Cup finals? I suppose Argentina and France only, no? Whom were they fighting? Argentina was my favorite team, but Argentina and France? Yes, I suppose France only. Or Argentina and England was doing the World Cup final. Hmm. Why it's taking so much time for you to join? I've already shared you the link. So yeah, what I was telling is that मेरे गुरु को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि मैं ड्रिंक करता हूँ या स्मोक करता हूँ या कुछ my guru has told me that over the time you'll yourself select better things in life. You'll yourself quit those things. Until that time you have no issue, you know those things. मेरे गुरु को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, उससे मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो मैं फालतू का ज्ञान किसी और के मुंह से क्यों सुनूं, राइट? और मेरे को किसी और से लेना देना भी क्या है? How does it matter if someone thinks that I am a good person, and how does it matter if someone thinks that I'm a bad person? you know your validation is not at all required. Anyone trying to dictate on how I should be a spiritual channel, on how I should be presenting myself and all, on a friendly note, okay, I can understand that it's at a concerned level someone is telling me. But on a dictative note, that no, you have to be like that because you are spiritual, You can't be, talking shit, or you can't be, doing these things or that things. I can't be, be going as per the definition of your spiritualism, because, you know मेरा गुरु को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, मैं God has no issues, my ascended masters have not an issue, because see, in this journey, all that the divine sees is your energy level, your true soul level. They see your intentions, they don't see your outer reality, that how you present yourself, how, you might be presenting yourself as a social worker or a light worker, or helping animals or things like that, but down the line your consciousness level is nothing, zero. So nobody's interested in spiritualism at you being stuck on those stages, but you can influence the world very easily, right? Through your charming photos, through your charming posts and fake makeups and glory and fame and awards and things like that. But you can't, do like that. So if I have qualified myself to be on the grounds of a good note or a good child in front of God, I think I have, you know, leveled up myself and crossed a certain hurdle, certain level, which you guys are yet to cover. So better think on scaling up your journey than pinpointing on what I am doing, or how I should be as a spiritual coach or a life coach. That's my problem. Not, you shouldn't be, I suppose, interfering much. I'm still waiting for you, madam, to come live and hear the stories of Jesus Christ, and that you're mentioning, but I don't know what's happening, because if you don't come live, then we'll have to wind up this session, I suppose. And the someone who had love yourself was interested in asking aapka guru kaun hai and things like that. That person is not even disclosing their name till now, and you want to know about my guru. Ware duniya. Link is not working. I'll try to share it once again. What if I share this? Yes, Sadia, we have to share a link. If you would like to join live, I'll share the link with you also if you are interested. But in Instagram, it's very easy. The user shares the request and you just click on the button, accept or not, and you are already done. Someone is saying number 4444. Great. Hmm. Any questions anyone want to, ask upon in a short note is most welcome. I suppose, this session was also enriching one to all those who joined. एंड इस साल के चैनलिंग के बारे में जो जो चीज़ें बताए, देखो चीज़ें कभी ना आप लोग ऐसे मत सोचो कि छोटे मोटे हैं, है ना, सर ने बोल दिया कि ये कलर मत पहनो, ये मत खाओ, तो ये छोटी मोटी चीज़ से क्या होता है। चीज़ें हमेशा क्या इम्पैक्ट करती है ना, वो बारे में सोचो आप, anything if you do, like drinking water is a very simple thing, right? Not a big deal. But once you drink the water, what kind of energy that you are feeding in your body? If you are drinking warm water, it might be healing you. If you are drinking cold water too much, it might be creating a sore throat for you, है ना, गला खांसी लग जाएगा. If you are eating a more of flavored water, कोई drinks या कोई शरबत वगैरह मिला के, you might be gaining calorie, out of drinking that sharbat water. So it is the same water, but how you consume it, how you do it, makes hell lot of a difference. If you drink water morning after getting up the bed, you'll have a good stomach. And if you drink a lot of water during the day, you'll have a good urine passage, right? If you drink a lot of water after food, your food will not get digested properly, right? It's the same water, but if you know when and where and what kind of water you should be drinking, it makes hell lot of a difference. So things are always simple in nature. Remedies are always simple in nature, but because you guys are not aware of what things you should be doing and what things you should not be doing, on a day-to-day basis, that is where you are not being able to create a breakthrough in your life, you know to scale up your life to next level, to manifest things, to 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 jump for bigger goals in life, to achieve bigger results in life. That's the reason, because your daily routine life pattern does not support you for that bigger manifestation or a bigger goal, because either you don't know, out of ignorance, what to do, what not to do, है ना, आपको पता ही नहीं है क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, या फिर आप कॉन्शियस ही नहीं हो, है ना, आप करते रहते हो, थोड़ा बहुत पता है, बट यू कीप ऑन डूइंग. तो डाउन द लाइन क्या होगा कि आपके लाइफ में कभी कोई बड़ा इवेंट अच्छा पॉजिटिव नहीं होगा. योर यूट्यूब डजंट लेट मी. ओके, माइट बी दैट सिचुएशन, आई एम नॉट अवेयर. A certain subscriber base might be YouTube expecting from your end also, but I suppose when I am shooting the request, it should not have been a problem to you. uh, And Nidhi is asking, sir, I asked a question. What question you asked, Nidhi? I don't know. Please mention here once again. Mention your question, Nidhi. I've not read. I might have skipped. I usually don't skip, but आपका छूट गया होगा might. Sir, I have mentioned. So I don't know, Baba, now what you have asked. तो ऊपर में छूट गया होगा. आप एक बार फिर से बता दो. आप what you want to ask, please write it down again. नहीं तो क्या है ना, someone had asked about माँ काली, तो अगर मैं वो बोलने लग जाऊंगा तो फिर उस फ्लो में पता नहीं कहाँ क्या पहुंच जाएगा, पता नहीं आज बोलना भी चाहिए या नहीं माँ काली को लेके, क्योंकि धीरे धीरे सबका कल्टी मारने का टाइम हो रहा है, सोने का टाइम हो रहा है भाई, रात हो रहा है. Yeah, there is ki what you want to ask. Mm, to join here, it's a difficult task only. It's not an easy task. Anyways, I think the other person also need to have that much subscriber base to join in the live session. Else, it's not possible. So I did not knew this fact. Anyways, Thanks for those who tried. Okay, so I suppose it's better we wind up this session because it has been in a quite a length. If Rupali is still alive, तो थोड़ा बहुत जो है ना आपका ये जो बात करना आप माँ काली के बारे में थोड़ा सा हम लोग बात कर सकते हैं उसमें, बट प्रोवाइडेड द वन हु हैज आस्क्ड द क्वेश्चन हैज टू बी देयर ना, नहीं हो तो फिर कैसे होगा? जस्ट लेट मी नो इफ यू आर देयर. रूपाली, आर यू देयर? यस सर, यू आर देयर. ग्रेट. तो ऐसा है रूपाली कि माँ काली क्या है ना कि जैसे आपका यूनिवर्स में एक सिवा कॉन्शियसनेस वाला जो सेशन था इंस्टाग्राम में, देयर हम लोगों ने बात किया था माँ काली के बारे में एंड शिवा कॉन्शियसनेस के बारे में सब. ओके, so when this entire creation was being created, there are many portfolios that was given to many gods and goddesses. Okay, some got this and some got that and things like that. But finally there was two gods, okay, one Mahadev and the other Ma Kali, where the divine source supreme, okay, the supreme source creator above which there is no other god, they also wanted to, come to that human state and experience, this portfolio. ठीक है ना? वो भगवान को भी मन किया कि हम भी एक ह्यूमन फॉर्म में आके एक पोर्टफोलियो लेते हैं, हालांकि उनको कोई जरूरी नहीं था. ठीक है. सो माँ काली इज द डायरेक्ट इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ दी माँ आदि शक्ति. ठीक है. उनके ऊपर कोई शक्ति नहीं है, या माँ ललिता त्रिपुरा सुंदरी आप ये भी बोल सकते हो. तो वो जो ललिता त्रिपुर सुंदरी तो फिर भी एक ह्यूमन फॉर्म एंडिमेंट एम्बॉडीमेंट में है. बट आप देखो एक कंप्लीट जो मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी फील्ड है यूनिवर्स का, वो शिव को रिप्रेजेंट करता है या शिवलिंग को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. ठीक है, जहाँ शिवलिंग है तो मैस्कुलिन उसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है. एंड जो फेमिनिन एनर्जी जिसको एनर्जी फील्ड को जिसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है वो शिवलिंग होता है ना? क्या फेमिनिन होता है वो श्री चक्र होता है. ठीक है. तो या श्री यंत्र होता है, राइट? सो दैट इज द फीमेल एनर्जी. आई सपोज थोड़ा सा आपके एक्सप्लेनेशन के लिए मैं लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने किया था, तो थोड़ा मैं दिखा दूं कैमरा पे. आप देख रहे हो जो सामने में जो मेरे पास पड़ा हुआ है, ठीक है, तो वो आपका क्या है कि आपका फेमिनिन एनर्जी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, राइट? एंटायर दिस थिंग इज अ फेमिनिन एनर्जी, राइट? So, and entire शिवलिंग इज अ मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी. ओके, तो अगर मैं लॉर्ड शिव को अगर मैं यहाँ पे रखता हूँ, ठीक है, सो इनके आगे में या महादेव बेसिकली, ठीक है ना, महादेव के आगे जो शिवलिंग है वो मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है ऑफ द यूनिवर्स सोर्स. एंड श्री यंत्र के सामने अगर आप देखोगे तो श्री यंत्र फेमिनिन एनर्जी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, राइट? So this master masculine energy and master feminine energy makes the entire cosmos of creation, है ना, जहाँ पुरुष और प्रकृति मिलके ही सारा एनर्जी को बनाता है. सो अकॉर्डिंगली इन दिस क्रिएशन द मास्टर feminine energy when gets a female body, right, that avatar or that swarup is called Ma Kali. Okay, so Ma Kali is nothing than the physical representation of what a feminine energy would be. ठीक है. तो नहीं तो आप एक बात देखो ना, शिव कॉन्शियसनेस में ऑल द सोल डज नॉट हैव एनी पेन, है ना, ना कोई सुख है ना दुख है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. एंड दैट इज द मास्टर सोर्स एनर्जी, यू नो the master, the state of the soul from where each and every soul depart and come to earth and get into other forms of life and all, right? तो वो आपका है. तो जब शिव को कुछ ऐसा पेन या कुछ भी चीज ऐसा फील ही नहीं होता है, ठीक है, माँ को जब कुछ ऐसा पेन फील ही नहीं होता है, तो वो चीज़ को एक्सपीरियंस कैसे किया जाए? तो वो चीज़ को एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए या उसको जो है ना एक स्वरूप देने के लिए दिस फॉर्म ऑफ गॉड एंड गॉडेसेस वर क्रिएटेड एंड अकॉर्डिंगली Mahadev represented Shiv and Ma Kali represented Ma Adi Shakti. Okay, so that is what. But माँ काली का जब भी बात होता है ना, तो माँ काली इज नॉट ओनली simply a form of goddess, but माँ काली is also the extreme form of goddess. ठीक है ना? जैसे आपका 10 महाविद्या में सबसे जो प्राइम या जो सबसे जो सुप्रीम जो शक्ति है दैट इज माँ काली, एंड जितने भी भैरव हैं सब में जो सुप्रीम जो भैरव हैं वो महादेव हैं, राइट? सो माँ काली इज नॉट ओनली embodiment of माँ आदि शक्ति, बट माँ काली is also the point of maximum destruction, क्योंकि महाकाल की सखी है ना, तो महाकाल का काम क्या है कि ही इज एज अ पूरा विनाश करना है, डिस्ट्रक्शन करना है, ध्वस्त करना है सब कुछ। तो उनका जो शक्ति है, जिस एनर्जी से महाकाल ऑपरेट करते हैं, with the energy with which the god of destruction does the destruction, that energy name is Ma Kali. Now you get it? And that's why it is said that a person who does not have a guru or a person who is not eligible to do the bhakti of Ma Kali should not even attempt to chant Ma Kali mantra or invite Ma Kali or things like that, because एनर्जी में भी एक जो काफी हैवी वाले जो एनर्जी होते हैं, हैवी इन द सेंस काफी भारी भरकम है ना, हैवी नॉट इन द सेंस ऑफ नेगेटिव और लो एनर्जी, हैवी इन द सेंस कि जो एक काफी भारी भरकम एनर्जी है, माउंटेन ऑफ एनर्जी सपोज, ठीक है ना? सो इफ यू आर इनवाइटिंग अ माउंटेन ऑफ एनर्जी एट योर होम, you should be prepared on how you handle the mountain of energy, right? If you are not capable, then you should not even invite, right? So that's the reason why I don't suggest every other person to, get in connect with Ma Kali, because she is the companion or the energy with which the god of destruction does his task. है ना? महाकाल को विनाश जो करना है, तो विनाश करने का जो शक्ति है, वो विनाश करने का शक्ति का नाम माँ काली है। अनस्टॉपेबल फोर्स ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक सॉर्ट ऑफ एनर्जी, आप इस तरीके से लगा लो, है ना? तो वो एनर्जी का नाम माँ काली है, राइट? सो बेटर बी अवेयर and better be careful, watch out everyone who is listening, that do not take माँ काली for a ride, है ना? कि माँ काली बड़ी प्यारी है, बड़ी ममता देती है, मेरी माँ जैसी है ना, मेरी कुल देवी है, एंड मेरी ये है वो है। मैंने भी माँ काली को माँ जैसा रखा है, मैंने माँ काली को बहन जैसा रखा है, वो सेपरेट मैटर है, ठीक है? बट ऐसा ज़रूरी भी नहीं है कि मैं जो करूँ आप लोग को भी वही करना चाहिए, है ना? मेरा जर्नी अलग है, मेरा एनर्जी फ़ील्ड अलग है, मेरा ल कर्म का लिखा-जोखा आप लोगों से अलग है। इनफैक्ट मैं तो बहुत बार आप लोगों को इंस्टाग्राम में भी बोलते रहता हूँ, मैं जो करता हूँ आप लोग वो चीज़ मत करो, है ना? क्योंकि मेरा तो तौर-तरीका ही दुनिया वालों से बहुत ज़्यादा अलग है। So certain people who have done Ma Kali sadhana since many life and birth, for them it is good that they continue doing Ma Kali sadhana in this lifetime also, or get an interest to understand Ma Kali and visit Ma Kali temple or do that bhakti. But those people who are not ready, to do that, but still does these things again and again, will somewhere, develop a deep interest with Ma Kali. And when they develop the deep interest in their Kali, what will they do? They'll start chanting some mantra, they'll start doing some activities, So they'll be trying to draw that energy towards them, which they should not be doing, right? आपको देवी से कनेक्ट करने का ही मन करता है, बहुत सारी सौम्य देवियाँ हैं, लक्ष्मी है, सरस्वती है ना? ये सबसे कनेक्ट कीजिए। माँ काली का एनर्जी को झेलना सबकी बस की बात नहीं होता, एंड सबको करना भी नहीं चाहिए। जो लोग बोलते हैं कि उन्होंने माँ काली को देखा या उनके एनर्जी को देखा, वो पाखंड है, ढोंगी है, झूठ बोल रहे हैं सरासर। ठीक है। जिन्होंने देखा वो फिर नॉर्मल नहीं रह पाते। लाइक स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस, जो विवेकानंद जी के गुरु भी थे, उन्होंने माँ काली को देखा ह्यूमन फॉर्म में, उनको अपने हाथ से खाना खिलाया, राइट? बिकॉज ही वॉज केपेबल ऑफ डूइंग दोज थिंग्स। एंड स्वामी रामकृष्ण परमहंस, खैर अब वो अभी इसमें क्या बात करना, ही वॉज नॉट अ नॉर्मल सोल, ही वॉज अ मास्टर सोल, एंड द सेम सोल which was created, for Lord Krishna or for other, when thought of coming into Kali Yuga, came in the form of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. It is said like that also, right? So उनकी बस की बात थी, उन्होंने देखा, but even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when he started seeing goddess Kali and started feeding her with his own hands, he became abnormal, पागलों जैसा हरकत करने लगे थे, so for you right now, listening about Ma Kali stories or talking about Ramakrishna Paramahans might be a fancy thing, such a great person, but उनके ज़माने में जाके अगर देखो तो रामकृष्ण परमहंस को उस ज़माने में भी मुट्ठी भर लोगों ने पहचाना, बाकी लोग तो उनको पागल ही बोलते थे। एवरीबडी थॉट इज अ ल्यूनेटिक, है ना, दिमाग का स्क्रू ढीला है, पागल है, कुछ भी बोलते रहता है, कुछ भी करते रहता है। व्हाई? बिकॉज ही हैड सीन माँ काली इन हिज ओन फॉर्म, ही वाज द मास्टर प्रीस्ट इन दक्षिणेश्वर टेम्पल एट कोलकाता। वो अपने हाथ से ही सारा पूजा वूजा करते थे, सब करते थे। एंड उन्होंने माँ काली को देखा, तो उन्होंने चलो ठीक है अपने हिसाब से देखा एंड फील भी किया, तो उसके बाद भी वो नॉर्मल नहीं रह पाए, ऑल्दो ही वाज अ मास्टर सोल। तो बाकी कोई आदमी अगर ये सोचे कि नहीं यार मैं माँ काली को देख भी लूंगा, है ना, देखना तो खैर दूर की बात है, उनका तो एनर्जी भी फील आप लो से बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा, इतना हाई वोल्टेज होता है। ठीक है, तो देखना वेखना ये सब दूर की बात है। मैं तो यही आप लोगों को सजेस्ट करूँगा, ऐसा कोई साधना भी मत कीजिए जहाँ पे कहीं भी माँ काली, माँ भैरवी, है ना, माँ उग्र तारा देवी, माँ धूमावती, है ना, माँ चामुंडा, ऐसा जो है ना आपको कहीं भी वर्ड दिखे, नाम दिखे, माँ छिन्नमस्ता, है ना, आप दूर ही रहिए, तो आपके लिए अच्छा है। नहीं तो आपको अगर ये सब साधना करना है, तो आपके पास आपके गुरु होना चाहिए, आपके पास गुरु भक्ति होना चाहिए, तब जाके आप ये सब देवियों के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट डेवलप कीजिए, बात कीजिए, मंत्र कीजिए, साधना कीजिए, राइट? नहीं तो ये एनर्जी जो आप पैदा करोगे इनसे जुड़ने की कोशिश के चक्कर में, वो एनर्जी सबसे पहले आपको बर्बाद करेगा, दूसरे को नहीं। ठीक है ना? अब वो लॉजिक जो भी बोलेंगे, नहीं वो तो डिवाइन मदर हैं, वो मेरे हाथ के बनाए हुए लड्डू खाएंगे, पेड़े खाएंगे, है ना, मेरी माँ मेरे लिए ऐसा कैसे कर सकती है, माँ अपने बच्चों का बुरा नहीं करे। अरे भाई, आपकी माँ और उसमें जमीन आसमान का अंतर है। ठीक है? आप जिसको माँ समझते हो और वो, अब वो माँ काली, जो आप सोचो उनका जो स्वरूप है, आप कहीं पे भी माँ काली को, है ना, काजू कतली और बर्फी, है ना, आइसक्रीम खाते हुए देखते हो, खून पीती है, ताज़ा रक्त पीती है। एंड उनका निर्माण ही उसी टाइम पे हुआ था, निर्माण इन द सेंस वो उस फॉर्म उन्होंने लिया था व्हेन इट वाज अ टाइम व्हेन नोबडी कुड हैंडल दैट सिचुएशन, एंड she had to give a solution to save this world, है ना। रक्त बीज राक्षस को मारने के लिए उसका सर काट के, ताजा खून पी के, उसका एक भी बूंद को जमीन पे गिरने नहीं दिया, खुद रक्तपान करती रही, एंड जो जितना सर काटा उसका माला बना के अपने गले में डाल लिया। सो कहीं पे भी आपके घर की माँ भी अगर ये सब काम करती है, तो डेफिनेटली आप माँ काली का उपासना कीजिए एंड ये सब की करे, क्योंकि आपने रियल लाइफ में माँ काली को देख चुके हैं। ठीक है, नाउ लाइव सेशन इज गोइंग ऑन फॉर 2 hours 22 minutes ऑन माई वॉच। तो यहाँ भी ट्रिपल टू दिख गया मेरे को। तो और आपके घर में आपकी माँ इस टाइप का हरकत नहीं करती है ना, पागलों जैसा, तो आप जिस भाषा को माँ समझते हो ना, उस भाषा में देवियों को खास तौर पे ये जो महाशक्ति, पराशक्ति को अनुभव करना, महसूस करना, बताना या इनके संपर्क में आना, वो आप या तो खतरों के खिलाड़ी हो, आप करो, मेरे को कोई उसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। नहीं तो मैं सजेस्ट नहीं करूंगा कि इनफैक्ट आप लोग इतना इंटरेस्ट भी जो डेवलप कर रहे हो ना कहीं आप फिर उसमें चले जाओगे। ये मैं आपके लिए नहीं बोल रहा हूँ स्पेशली रूपाली, ये मैं जेनरिक बाकी लोगों के लिए बोल, क्योंकि क्वेश्चन आपने पूछा पर सुनेंगे तो सब कोई, मैं सबके लिए बोल रहा हूँ। आपको तो इनफैक्ट मैंने रेकमेंड किया है कि आप करो, है ना? तो आपका बात अलग है, बट जेनरिक वे में बाकियों के लिए फॉर द मासेस आई एम टेलिंग कि आप मत कीजिए ये सब चीज़ें, है ना? बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग डिटर्मिनेशन एंड गुरु के ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए होता है काली जैसा शक्ति को, शक्ति के आसपास भी जाना, है ना? तो जैसे घर में शिवलिंग नहीं डालना चाहिए, वैसे ही आई विल सजेस्ट यू कि घर में माँ काली को भी जगह ना दें, उनको स्थापना ना करें, ठीक है? एंड जितने भी फोटो हैं जहाँ पे माँ काली है, मेरे भी घर में है, मैं रखता हूँ, बट वो फोटो कैसा है? वो फोटो हंसता हुआ हंसमुख टाइप का फोटो है ना? पर माँ काली का एक्चुअल स्वरूप ऐसा हो सकता है कि आप बोलो, जब कोई खून काट रहा हो, किसी का गला काट रहा हो, ताजा रक्तपान कर रहा हो एंड जोर जोर से हुंकार भर रहा हो, है ना, डिस्ट्रक्शन कर रहा हो, चारों तरफ तबाही मचा रहे हो, जो गॉड्स, द गॉड्स हु हैड कॉल्ड माँ काली टू हेल्प देम, है ना, जिन देवताओं ने भी अपने रक्षा के लिए माँ काली का जो आह्वान किया था या माँ को जो बुलाया था, उनकी भी फट गई थी उनका स्वरूप देख के, आप सोचो। तो ये सब आपको कथा में वर्णित है, आप कथा के रूप में आप पढ़िए, आप देखिए, आपको समझ में आएगा, है ना, कि कैसा था। दुर्गा सप्तशती में सब कुछ लिखा हुआ है, बट आप ये चीज को ना उससे ज्यादा अगर एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहते हैं, इफ वांट टू कनेक्ट टू माँ काली, उनके तस्वीर रखना, उनसे बार बार बातें करना, ये सब करने का काम करोगे तो आप अपना हैंडल करने के केपेबल हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, आपका स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ होगा। हैंडल करने के केपेबल ना हो तो दिस एनर्जी विल affect you negatively also, right? Not because the energy is negative, because you are not in a position to receive that energy, right? That's the point. Energy the reason problem happens here. Anyways, so I'll just close this session now, end the live stream. Kali is the most powerful form of Shakti. Okay, so you know all these things staying in France also, that Kali is the most powerful form of Shakti. Okay, great. Most of the nice things, the way description of Ma Kali I've heard from those who are from those English uh, background only. Most of the, even Ramakrishna Paramhams को जितने भी लोगों ने famous किया, all those were Britishers only. When they were in India, they made actually, they've actually promoted or written books on Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. Else the normal people तो उनको पागल ही समझता था ज्यादातर लोग, यस सर, आई अंडरस्टूड, ओके। क्या किया था आपने मुझे कि करो पर बहुत बहुत कम? हाँ राइट, देखो, मेरे को भी याद नहीं, पर मैंने आपको ये कहा था कि अगर साधना भी करना है, पूजा भी करना है माँ काली का, तो करो पर संभल संभल के, कम कम, थोड़ा थोड़ा, है ना? तो सो काली इज वेरी, आप सोचो ना, माँ काली इज इन सच अ पोजिशन दैट इफ यू वांट टू स्टॉप माँ काली, even her husband who wanted to stop Ma Kali and get her back to normal had to lay down on the ground. And when Ma Kali stepped her right foot on his chest, then she realized that she has stepped on her husband. And it is a sin to, touch your husband body with that too on a chest with your leg, right? And because of that, she, with those regrets, she came back to normal state. So that's how Maya is worshipped. But recently I had discussed about Dakshineshwar temple also. So Dakshineshwar temple in Kolkata, you know, on the bank of river Ganga,
is one of the supreme temple, I would say, dedicated in the name of goddess. Okay. Why? Because in other goddess temple, either it is a Shakti Peeth where, it was formed, or it was a, temple where someone has done something sadhana or something, for the goddess. But Ma Dakshineshwar temple at Kolkata is the only temple where in recent times, ज़्यादा पुराना भी नहीं है, in Kaliyug only, in the recent time, Ma Kali came in, sort of a human form, and showed his presence in that temple, in an interactive form, just as anyone would do, any live living person would do, like talking, arguing, sharing things and lots. So that had happened in that temple, and because of that energy field, even right now, I'll give you my, what you call, vouch, that if you happen to go to that temple, uh, without coming back with some valuable spiritual experience, it can never happen. It's a very precious temple. बहुत सारे शक्तिपीठ में इनफैक्ट शक्ति खत्म हो चुका है, डामाडोल हो चुका है, कम महसूस होता है, एनर्जी महसूस नहीं होती, बट दक्षिणेश्वर काली टेम्पल इन कोलकाता, even last time when I had been there, very powerful. You want to go into deep trance meditation, there is a place right in front of our statue where, वरांडा जैसा ऐसा बनाया हुआ है बड़ा, वहाँ पे आप बैठ के साधना कर सकते हैं, राइट? आप मेडिटेशन कर सकते हैं, यू विल गेट इनटू सच अ डीप ट्रांस स्टेट। आप तुरिया अवस्था को टच कर लेंगे माँ के सामने साधना करते हुए, एंड एनीवन टू अचीव तुरिया अवस्था और समाधि स्टेट इन मेडिटेशन इज अ वेरी बिग अचीवमेंट, but will happen very easily if you go to that temple. That is my own personal experience. you know you will forget about how much time you are spending in meditation. You can do like 1 hour meditation, you'll feel like just it was a 1 minute you went into meditation, right? So that time lapse effect also you'll be able to see. That was what my experience was with Ma Dakshineshwar Kali temple. And everyone who wants to take the blessings of Ma Kali and have some spiritual experiences is suggested, rather than visiting any other temple and experimenting, why not visit a temple which I have myself validated for you guys. Entire world has validated. Even the Britishers or the English people were fascinated by the energy of that temple. It's so much powerful, right? Ma Dakshineshwar Kali temple is very much powerful temple, एंड माँ इज देयर इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ वेरी लव एनर्जी। आपको प्यार भी बहुत ज़्यादा जो है ना फील होगा, विच इज़ अ वेरी रेयर फॉर अ माँ काली टू बी इन दैट लव एनर्जी फील्ड। क्योंकि नॉर्मली क्या, वैसे भी माँ काली इज अ उग्र देवी ओनली, राइट? इट्स नॉट अ सौम्य देवी कि आपको प्यार करेंगी एंड प्यार बरसाएगी। वो तो खून खराबा करने के लिए एंड डिस्ट्रक्शन करने के लिए ही बैठी है। बट at Dakshineshwar, you will feel that love energy, because that's how Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans had placed him. Oh. In the form of like a mother only. So that's why it is there. And because he was capable of doing that, that kind of energy you can feel in that energy, right? In that temple. So that's it for the day, I suppose. Okay, on a very good note, sharing some stories and my, effort to bring in the conscience of Ma Kali also, Jate Jate. I think it was very good. Thank you, Rupali, for asking me to, share something on Ma Kali. सो मेरी तो इतनी औकात है नहीं कि मैं उनके बारे में कुछ बताऊं भी, है ना? ना ही मेरे को उतना पता भी है उनके बारे में कुछ बोलने के लिए। बट अब आपने पूछा, जितना मेरे को पता था वो मैंने आपको बता दिया। सो लेट्स वाइंड अप द सेशन फॉर द डे। ओके, टाइम भी काफी ज्यादा हो चुका है। Let everyone take rest. Those who want to get back to things which was discussed in this session, and keep a note of it, can, I'll try to share the recorded version. I don't know recording इसमें जाएगा या नहीं, वो ऑप्शन मेरे को कहीं दिख भी नहीं रहा है, सो अगर वो दिखेगा तो obviously access the recorded version and make the most of it in a spiritual journey. May God bless every one of you, every twin flame, provide them with their lot of spiritual experiences and spiritual ascension for this year, which this year is ready to give and capable of giving to each and every one of you. And may you all make the most out of year 2023, right? And such a synchronicity, you see, we started the session in on 6th of January, and by the time has passed, and right now we're in 7th of January. So the year totals up to number 7. We did 700 posts on 1st of January, and today, again, when the live session is ending, the first live session of 2023, again, it is ending on 7th of January, right? So, number 7 is very much prominent for this year. So, number 7 energy will be there, every one of you. And it's not only about the number 7 energy, Earth as such of the overall ascension journey would be taking a leap further इन दिस ईयर, है ना? मदर अर्थ अपना एक कदम एसेंशन की तरफ एक बड़ा कदम आगे लेगी, तो उसके लिए आपको तैयार होना चाहिए, है ना? आप अपना मटेरियल चीज़ों के ऊपर ध्यान हटा के थोड़ा अपने अंदर क्लोज योर आईज एंड ट्राई टू फील द यूनिवर्स विद इन यू. All your seven chakras represent the seven planets. राहु एंड केतु के बारे में इसलिए नहीं होता. कई लोग सोच सकते हैं planets are nine in Vedic astrology, but sir is telling only seven planets. Why it is? Because Rahu and Ketu are two planets, which is a catalyst planet. It does not exist. You never get to see. No scientist, no NASA has ever discovered where is Rahu and where is Ketu. Okay, so those they are catalyst planet, which either increases the effect of the other planets. So in core, the planets are seven only. In a week, there are 7 days only. In sunlight, there are seven rays only, right? So that's why seven is a very, very much spiritual number, and this year is number seven. So on a good note of again, sharing further more spiritual insights on number 7 and this year. God bless you all and take care. Good night and love you all. God bless.